Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. This is episode 30. Last time we started the end game on our way to finishing the main story. Having a look at this dagger ritual that was taking place, it allowed us an opportunity to eliminate one of the two gods. Gillenane is no more. It did not come without a significant and heavy cost, however. We made two choices in Isle of Gods, Davrin or Harding to lead the distraction team, and Balara or Nev to dismantle the wards. That resulted in Davrin having his in war victory, in peace vigilance, and in death sacrifice moment. Which also meant that Asan died too, because Asan dove in the Blight after him. And there's a small glimmer of hope that I'm like, maybe he dived in and he's resistant enough to pull him out, you know? Maybe. But he also got impaled by Gillenane a couple of times and thrown in there, and I think that it did give a significant amount of weight and tension to something like this. You can't just go in and expect to all get out just because you made a choice on who to lead a team, you know, like Mass Effect 2. Having actual consequences, even if they are unavoidable ones, like that's just how it works. You can't always just have everyone get out unscathed, and I'm shattered over it. But I was also unable to really process any emotions outside of sheer disbelief, because not only does that happen, we are then immediately thrown through this gauntlet here of falling down into a pit, having everyone be, "You suck, Rook," as we are falling down into this prison. And Solus said, "You idiot. Only a god can do this, and I have to do it on my own." And he did it to me again. He tricked me again. And it shouldn't be surprising, but there's this element of I can fix him that is frustratingly present. And it has only continued to persist. But again, despite all of our meditation sessions, as luminous as they were, he is still committed to doing it on his own. And now I have to try and find a way out of this cage. We are in the prison. Isn't that lovely? And Elganon's out there. I don't know how my team is doing on the outside, but we continue. The horrors persist. I don't know what we are to do and where we are to go, but it looks like it is in this area. I'm assuming because this is a Fade prison meant to store all-powerful elven gods, that it's not going to be easy to get out of here. But I also expect that...
Wolf statue, of course.
Okay. I also expect that there's going to be some ridiculous story content here. So here we go. What are we collecting?
How did Solus get out of here?
A remnant of parting. Still getting caretaker power. Mythal in Dragon Aspect offers different wisdoms and protections, striding with the powers of hidden ways. Fingerprints mar the golden shine as if well handled. A remnant of parting. Wow. Okay. I expect...
Solus swapped places with me, but there's more to it than that.
Okay. Interesting. There is also the element that this was not just Elganon and Gillenane's prison, this was the Evanurus's prison, right? So we might actually get some tidbits of information about the other gods that perished in here while their archdemons were slain. So we have a draconic fragment of Mythal that we've just taken a look at, because we've got Elganon and Gillenane's headpieces everywhere here. I guess they decorated it while they were the only two left. I don't know if there's anything missable. I also don't know what the hell is going on with that thing, but look at that. That's just a strange thing, isn't it? Do we rub its belly for good luck? Because that was the side that Rook was on when he was talking with Solus, which is why it showed our weird Canary statue over the other side, except that definitely wasn't me. It had hair. And then it just fell into the abyss. Okay, we got another statue over this way. I'm gonna ignore the glowing stuff in the center for now, because it looks like I get to find these statues with fragments.
Through our connection, tried to mold me into something like him. But I'm not him. Need to find my own way out.
Tried to mold him into something like him. Which I caught on to, because there was like this element of him, like we're questioning him, but he's questioning us, and there's this mirror image stuff that was going on that I really liked. So it's really cool to know that that was just wholeheartedly intentional in how Solus was dissecting us and we were trying to figure out Solus at the same time. Orb shards, broken by misplaced trust, slivers of an irretrievable power, the kindling of regrets, humming with a diffuse, lost vitality. Orb shards. The anchor. Misplaced trust in Corypheus. The irretrievable power that was attached to the Inquisitor's arm. Because this is a prison of regrets, after all. Mythal being one, the orb being the other. What is this, though? Oh, okay. Interesting. Got a chest in here that's locked. Oh, I should probably prepare to jump. I can't just
Feels
walk
like this
it.
place is taunting me.
Well, that would make sense.
I need to get out of here.
Remnant of reflection. Ages of paint, stone dry and volcanically uneven, capture eerie splashes of strange azures, unsettling scarlets, and choleric ambers, colors to match the eye of an elven god. Huh. Wow. You got Solus's painting skills.
I can't waste time being stuck. Find out if Lacanis is... No. He was just knocked out.
Hopefully, but then...
Can't be dead.
But why did it...
I have to get out.
It also replaced Lucanus with Varric at one point. That was super trippy. Playing tricks on our mind. Thanks, Solus.
Hey, kid. Come on. Solus found a way out. Now you need to find yours.
Varric? He's not here. Of course he's not. So, how do I get out?
Okay, so Varric's talking to us too. Okay, we went that way, didn't we? So it's just this way. Wow, okay. All of the Balara statues? Hello, Balara.
Solus said this prison was built to hold gods.
Built to hold gods. And locked with regret. He said that, too.
Lara.
Okay, so we've heard Varric, we've heard Balara. Balara sounded a little bit, like, different, though, like, modulated.
Rook. I was supposed to find all the secrets of the Nodus Drathalin. Now I never will.
Balara's regrets? Man, this is fantastic presentation. This is sick.
I'm sorry to make you sad, but I told you the enchantments were dangerous. You chose me anyway.
Wow, they're gonna make us feel guilty over our choices too. Is Balara in the prison then? What? I believed that you were the appropriate one for the job. Same with Davrin, and look where that got me.
You picked me to die.
Wow, it's becoming more like Arlethan? It's more of like an Arlethan forest. It is wrong. I didn't pick you to die. I picked you because you're capable. And I believe that you were the one to get it done. Elgadon snatched you.
No. You're wrong. My friend, she knew the risks. She still volunteered. She chose as much as I did. We all believed in what we were fighting for, what we're still fighting for. And Balara knew what it might cost.
She did, kid. We all did. Because you always chose the hard truth over the easy lie. Solus, on the other hand.
Everyone's a pawn to someone like Solus. Pieces to sacrifice, without a second thought.
Davrin.
Oh man, we're gonna go through all of our companions, or just Balara and Davrin because we chose them? Why are you so tall, brother?
Whatever it takes. That's what you told us. And you live that. Every day.
So this has become a prison of my regrets. It seems that this prison is shaped around the visitors' regrets, maybe? Because I'm clearly regretting Balara and Davrin from what has just happened. So that's manifesting for me. Wow, that represents all of our companions. Nev, Tash, Balara, Harding. I see bits and pieces of all of them here.
You helped me rescue the Griffins. Got them to the Wardens. You asked a lot of us, the team. But you asked even more of yourself. And after everything you've done, it was my turn to make the sacrifice. And I'd do it again.
Ah! Alright, now I'm in a state where I can process emotions, and now I'm crying. I couldn't even express sad emotions in the previous episode because it just all happened so fast. And then we were just thrown into the prison. And now we're talking it through. Man, he was such a good character. The fact that he, like, found a reason to live, right, with the Griffins. Like, he was so ready to give up his life at Weishaupt, and then he was robbed of that, and he was really torn, because he was like, what's the point if I'm ready to do it, and here I am, what do I do now? And, like, we go through this thing with him and the Griffins, and obviously the rest of the Griffins are in safe hands and being trained, but, like, he had a son, and he had a reason to live and to carry on. And at the end of the day, that warden saying comes calling. You know, no pun intended with the calling. In death sacrifice. And he'd do it again. He wouldn't want us... He'd want us to stay... He would want us to stay focused and strong despite this sacrifice, so we can make sure it wasn't for nothing.
You gave your life to save the world, Davrin. But the world's still not saved. So I'm going to get out of here, stop Elganon, and stop Solus. You took a fight that wasn't yours, and made it yours. I'll make sure your sacrifice was worth it.
Great job, kid. Now, what about mine?
He is dead. He's so dead. He's so dead. He's gonna go through the barrack room. That means Balara's dead. Or at least believed to be dead. Davrin's dead. And these are his regrets. And then buried even further in his barrack. Everyone's been ignoring Varric for a reason. Oh, this is funny. There's such a massive theme of the game is, like, regret. And you think that the regret all stems from Solus, but it does stem from Rook too. And, like, the Rook-Solus mirroring of these two characters is really, really good. And I think the regret of Varric has been with Rook the whole time. And he hasn't been able to face it or let it go. Varric's speaking to us in the same way Balara and Davrin are right now.
That's where it all began.
The ritual?
What am I going to see there?
I think you already know.
Fuck. Man, this is such a delayed emotional reaction.
We've got your back. If anyone can get through to him, you can.
Thanks, Rook. Whatever else he is, he's my friend. And if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca. You need to listen.
go! This way!
Well, if that's how you want to kill, like, a fan favorite character, I guess that's how you do it. You keep him with you for the whole game. It's a way that, like, processing grief. And he couldn't accept that. Man, that fucking hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was crazy because it's like I'd gone through this game being like, why is everyone ignoring him? And then he'd show up for the group meetings, and then like the more it would go on, the more I would be weirded out by it. And then I kept looking at it and being like, nobody's looking at him. And so I'm like, this feels weird. And he would only speak to us. Like, it's so clear. That's the thing, he got stabbed with the fucking lyrium dagger of all things, and like we saw what that did to Gillinan. Like, that cleansed her. He was never gonna just be like, oh, it's fine, it's just a flesh wound. That's like the thing where I was like, it feels like they decided to kill Varric and then panicked and said, no, we can't do that, and then kept him alive and just put him on bed rest. Close. I think that was probably handled with as much grace as it could have been, choosing to have Varric die. Because it's pretty rough. Like, you can't just... It's tough, because you can't have a 10-year gap between Inquisition and Veilguard and open the game with, oh, sorry, that guy that everyone loves is dead. So you got to delay that reaction until the end. I'm really mad about it, but not because I think it's wrong, but because it's because it's just so hard. And I didn't expect to get absolutely fucking destroyed. There's so much that I could say, it's just like struggling to find the words. So when Solus was saying that he wanted to apologize to Varric, I wonder if he knew. I also wonder if Varric's appearance wasn't even our grief, but was that more of Solus tricking us? I don't even know now. Was he trying to fool us? Or, like, I don't know, make it easier for us before he did what he had to do? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Either he was a manifestation of, like, Rook's, like, connection with the Fade because of the whole blood ritual thing. And Solus and whatnot. But if Solus was in our head, it does kind of make sense that he could also maybe influence us a bit on the outside. So now I'm a bit torn. I don't know if Varric was a sort of a manifestation of our guilt and regret, or whether that was also one of Solus's regrets bleeding through, because, you know, the concept of Solus regretting killing Varric because Varric did consider him a friend at the end of the day is just heartbreaking. God, I'm trying to, like, compose myself to continue. I'm probably gonna have to play without glasses, because...
You died back at the ritual site. You've been dead all along. Whenever I've been talking to you, asking for advice, I've been talking to myself, haven't I? Because you're dead.
Yeah. Sorry about that, kid.
Fuck. Ooh.
You know, I think I knew the truth. Deep down. But I couldn't face it.
Why not?
Because it would mean admitting that I let you die.
Shit. Didn't you learn anything from this place? I made the choice. To talk to him. To try to reach him. Even knowing the risks. Because he was my friend. My decision, my sacrifice. And you don't get to take that from me.
But
Every story's got an ending. This one just came a little earlier than I'd planned.
I'm gonna miss you, Varric.
Gonna miss you too, kid. But you've got your own story to finish. I just know the ending's going to be killer.
What happens now? To you?
I'll disappear. Go back to just being a memory.
Right.
Hey, don't get all misty-eyed on me, okay? I had a good run, and I don't regret a second of it.
What about Solus?
You talked to Mythal. You saw the memories. Solus wants to be a hero. That's who he is, deep down. But it's easier for him to play the villain. Because that means he didn't fail. All the damage he's done, the people he's hurt, it becomes a choice. Remind him who he really is. He might just listen.
So how do I get out of here?
Listen to your team. Like you always do.
This way. It's thinner here.
Better be right.
They're waiting for you. Just take it one step at a time.
Goodbye, Varric. And thank you.
Rook!
Looking forward to seeing how it turns out. I'd say good luck, but you don't need it. You already have everything you need.
There! A light! We've got something. Get ready.
You can't. It's fine. Video games, huh? Aren't they cool?
I am Elganon, first of the firstborn, last of the Evanuris. Come to reign over you with fine and gentle hand. Citizens of Minrathous, give yourself to me. Together we shall unleash magic so glorious, so limitless, that all the world will be transformed.
Hey, that's so cool. Fuck you. Fuck this game. It's such a cool artwork. Varric was my favorite.
He seized control of the Archon's palace?
While the Magisterium was in full session, only the Venatori seem to have survived.
How are the Shadow Dragons?
Still fighting, last we heard. But Elgernon's blighted the city, and the Venatori have sealed the gates. No one can get in or out.
Even the city's Illuvians went dark. We've got no way to contact the Shadow Dragons. They'd be dead already if not for Solus.
Solus?
He got to Minrathous just before the gates were sealed. He saved some civilians and killed some Venatori.
Now, everyone's following Solus, like he's the only one who can save them.
He got his leadership role, I guess. Oh, God. Well, if Hawk didn't survive. Varric and Hawk are reunited now. Look at my jittery thumb.
He's using the Shadow Dragons and anyone else he can to give him a clear shot at Elganon. Then he finishes his ritual and the whole world drowns in demons.
He can't hurt Elganon yet. That archdemon makes him invulnerable.
So Solus has to kill it first.
And once that's done, Solus goes for Elganon with the dagger he took from us.
Only a Grey Warden can kill an archdemon. I guess Solus is probably going to have some, like, plot armor excuse of, like he's an elf and he's Solus, so he can do it. We don't have a Grey Warden with us anymore, so it's going to have to be him. Elganon's such a cool villain, and Gillenane, they're both really, really sick, but, like, Elganon just has this, like, absolute, like, authority and power, and the way that he's presented is so cool. It did look like his little dagger, like, because he got distracted by Gillenane. I saw the cracks in that dagger. I think that he pulled it away before it was, like, finalized. So that'll give us an up.
That's why we need to get to Solus first.
He's not going to be happy when he sees you've escaped from his trap.
That's his problem. He's got the dagger, and the dagger's the only thing that can kill Elganon. We need to get it back.
You know what's funny? It's funny. Him being trapped in a prison, right? And him needing to do this big mega brain, I need to make you like me so I can swap places with you mentality. And then he's like, hee hee ha ha, and he escapes. And then I get out in no time flat because my friends are my power. And it's not like a bullshit, my friends are my power, like pull it out of my ass. It's like a genuine lesson to be learned is like Solus keeps doing things on his own because he's like that lone wolf. That's his thing. And he's like, I got to do this, blah, blah. And then he uses people. And then so many people have taken the fall, which is what Varric was saying about like it's easy for him to play the villain. So everything he's done, you know, is justified. But what's really cool about this team is I'm not forcing anyone to be here. And that's the message. Varric was like, my choice, my sacrifice. Bellara made that decision and offered herself up for a reason, not me choosing her to go to her death. Same with Davrin. Davrin was like, I would do it again. You know, there's that real and true element of like, that's the message between, the difference between Rook and Solus is how we use our comrades to achieve success. And I was able to get pulled out of that prison because of this team, you know. And while I think Rook is at times not the best well-written or included in the story as part of the Veilguard, I feel that Rook is a bit of an outlier from the main group, sadly. And there are numerous ways that could be rectified, but despite that, I think the element that they have focused on with Solus and Rook being like these two sides of a coin is very good. It is very good. And, you know, these are the moments where this is very well executed and a good shining example of the quality that is there. It just always does come with like the unfortunate, however, this kind of isn't great element of this game, which is a struggle. But when they get it right, they get it right. And I'm sat here and I literally cannot stop the tears flowing from what they do. And that speaks to its quality, for sure.
We did attempt to create a dagger to replace the one Solus took.
Okay. What the hell?
Nice to look at, but it can't cut through enchantments like the real thing.
Do a swap.
So it cannot kill Elganon.
Looks real enough.
But it is not. We don't have the right weapon to take down our target, and we lost too much killing Gillenane. We have no idea where Belara is or what Elgernon is doing to her.
And Davron and Hassan are...
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I wonder if Rook's gonna mention, hey, by the way, this whole time I've been seeing Varric in my head and none of you guys ever, like, brought him up. There is a thing to be mentioned with, like, to have Varric's not death be believable for the whole story, you have to have basically the entire Veilguard avoid bringing up Varric in any sense, like, and it's probably because they don't want to, like, upset Rook because they can see how much it affected him. But it is interesting. Varric doesn't really come up in conversation much. But I guess that's probably the point. They just don't want to, like, poke at a sensitive situation. But they can't be like, oh man, if only Varric was here. You know, they can't do that. It's like, what do you mean? He's out back. You guys have been ignoring him. Put him in the book club. Oh my god.
If Belara were here, she'd tell us there's still work to do. And Davrin would already have Hassan in the air. They're not here to finish this, but because of their sacrifice, we are. So let's do it for them. Get a message to anyone who's still out there. Tell them we're gonna stop Elgernon, and we need their help to do it. Then fix up your gear and take care of any unfinished business. In the morning, we take back Minrathous.
Hey, are you alright?
I got both of my elves killed. That's so rude of me. Because, what the fuck? Belara might be okay. They still holding on to that might be okay because there's no confirmation, but god damn it. So it seems that it would have been Harding or Davron getting killed and Nev or Belara getting taken. And now we're in the lighthouse again. This is the night before everything, right? Instead of last time. So maybe it's a good thing that Nev is here for my romance. Nev, I need a big old hug because I just have been weeping.
We've still got work to do. I can collapse when this is over.
Look, we can handle getting word to our allies. You go take care of yourself. I'll stop by your room in a bit. Make sure you're still there.
Nev's coming to my room. Romance. Cage for gods. Okay. Let me put my glasses back on. Rook faced a trap designed to hold the infinite regret of a god and did what Solus could not. Moved forward. By accepting loss and saying goodbye to a beloved mentor, Rook returned to Thedas ready to make everyone's sacrifice count. The dragon and the dreadwolf. Okay. Have any final conversations with the team? Sounds good to me. Man, these just feel so empty. Those spaces have never looked more empty to me. Okay, message from the front, the beginning of the end. The Inquisitor has sent us another letter. Morrigan told me about your plan. It was a good one, and I remain certain it would have worked had it not been for the gods once again changing the rules of the game. Moving the moon, causing an eclipse at will, is magic I would have called impossible even a year ago. I saw what Solus could do at full power, yet, and never before had I felt so thoroughly outmatched. Yet even a Qunari invasion force pales in comparison to the power that Elgernon has shown. His actions reverberate across the world, and much of southern Thedas has fallen to darkness. The Blight moves now with a great purpose and speed, consuming much of Ferelden and large parts of both the Three Marches and Orlais. Skyhold stands fast, but its end seems an inevitability. While there's still no sign of the Arnheim in the waking sea, rumors swirl of blighted creatures we've never been seen before, great leviathans from the ocean depths that make trade impossible. Show me that. Orzammar holds on by a thread, and it's only my assumption that they haven't already fallen because their messages have become few and far between. From Orlais, we hear even less, and I can only fear the worst. We do what we can while hope flickers faintly. They say it's better to light a candle than curse the darkness, but when the winds of iniquity blow, it's hard to keep that candle burning. I know that you prepare for an assault on the gods. You should know that all the hopes of Southern Thedas go with you. The world balances on the edge of a knife, and oblivion awaits us if we fall. Yet I recall something Varric once said. Rook can find the path through any problem, no matter how twisty it gets. So I'll keep hope alive in the south from falling. We will not let this be our end. Rook can find the way through any problem because he's a rook, and on the chessboard we go straight through. So Denorum's gone, Orzamar's holding on by a thread. The Legion of the Dead are probably going crazy. Before Veilguard came out, I saw this game as the potential ending of Dragon Age as we know it. The ending of this storyline. Whether or not this was actually going to be the end of the Age of Dragons in this world, and it would potentially open up to something new. I went into this game with the wholehearted possibility that this would be the end. Not just an end, but the end. It's been 10 years since the last game. The way that the story has been built up over the previous 3 games, and we were talking about this during Trespasser, during post-Inquisition talks, this game points to an ending of significant proportion, and the whole game's been about that, because it's like, you know, is the veil coming down or not? And if it doesn't, I mean, we'll see. But the way that everything is going in terms of the storyline, where we are right now, the world being in pure ruin, which seems like we might be on the verge of some sort of like the reset button, maybe, but who knows? Can the veil come down in a way that would not cause so much death and suffering as Solus thinks it's worth? I don't know. But let's go have some conversations with everyone and then return to our room. I have my composure back. Some element of it, at least. Actually, before we speak with Emmerich, I have to go and see if Bianca is on the table as well. Because I wonder if it was just Bianca sat on the table, or is Bianca not here too? Wow. Okay, Bianca is real. That's his jacket and a book.
Hey, Varric. Are you busy? I came to apologize. Yeah, I know. I'm always apologizing for something. I should have seen this sooner. I should have known. Or maybe I did. And I just didn't want it to be true.
It's funny that he's been doing this alone, where he's always like, I need you, or I need advice, or whatever, and all the advice has come from himself, just through Varric. Man, this is hard. He'd like this.
I knew you were too old for this shit, but leaving in the middle of the job? Come on. You were supposed to be here. You were supposed to be the one to stop Solus. I should have known you'd leave me to clean up this mess alone.
Man, I can't even stress enough how much I would have really loved if the background that we chose was like a little mini origin intro, you know? Instead of the intro being that pub sequence where Rook has never been like that for the rest of the game in that pub. Instead of that, and then the Minrathous being the introduction, having Nev come in, all that, I do really wish that there was like a 1 to 2 hour, here's how Rook recruits you. Maybe they wanted to avoid the Cyberpunk 6-month montage thing where people wished that they could have played it. I was one of those, you know, I was like, that looks really great. And it establishes the sort of relationship between V and Jackie. it's a similar thing with, like, 8 months go by with Varric and Rook, and obviously we just have to be like, okay, and they were best friends, and we know that because the game tells us. But there is a part of me that, like, I wish that there was an introduction to, like, their meeting, and that way it cements, like, the origin of the Morn Watcher or the Grey Warden or the Shadow Dragon, all that kind of stuff. Would have been awesome, I think, anyway. But it's just, like, wishful thinking. I think it would have been cool to see how Rook and Varric met. Because I think it was it was Harding and Varric together that, like, met Rook, I think.
So, who gets Bianca? I think there's a waiting list. Oh, and, Lucanus called dibs on your jacket. So, I'll go out there and do this. For you. And Davrin, and Hassan, and Balara, and everyone else we've lost. Goodbye, Varric. I know where to find you if I need you.
Lucanus is gonna have to make some tailoring adjustments to that jacket. That's a bit silly. He's not. It's too small and not his style. Hey, if there's anything after this game finishes in terms of a future for Dragon Age, I do hope that Harding gets to carry on Bianca. Because Harding is already, an archer and a scout. If Harding takes Bianca, that would be great. Carry on that legacy. He would have liked me to pick those humorous options at the end of it all. So it's just been a jacket and a book on that bed the whole time, huh? Man, Manfred and Hassan, my two favorites, are both gone. They're all hanging out together right now. They are together, hanging out, having a good time.
After we've dealt with Elganon, we must search for Balara. I'll not leave that poor girl wherever that monster jailed her.
No news on what happened to her?
No. I'd attempt scrying, but the Fade is in an uproar.
If we can find her, we will. How's things back home, Emmerich?
Outbreaks of malicious spirits, panic at the eclipse. The Watchers are helping keep order. Fortunately, we're not as vulnerable to Darkspawn as some other kingdoms.
You can't blight what's already dead.
Ah, speaking of which, some of the same undead you stopped during the War of the Banners are now tasked with supporting our living legions.
It's probably for the better I'm not home right now, then.
Best to let our undead gentry sate themselves in war.
When Gillenane died, it was like the Fade spilled into the real world for a moment.
A small taste of what Solus would have done if you hadn't stopped him from tearing down the Veil back when this started.
It was a team effort. Me, Harding, Nev, and Varric.
We ask you to plunge back into battle without a proper chance to mourn. Davrin's room is as he left it, as though he might stroll in with Hassan one day.
They were heroes. To the end.
Indeed they were. I'm relieved beyond measure that we took the time to visit Blackthorn Manor, Rook. Given Johanna's partnership with the Venatori, I'm sure they would have eagerly employed her bone construct had we not stopped her. Onwards, my friend. I'll be ready, whatever awaits us. Onwards, my friend. I'll be ready, whatever awaits us.
I like that they've given us the option to have an actual talk button here and get some pieces of dialogue. Kind of wish that it was always like that, where they'd have dialogue when you approach them and you could maybe get a few more out of them, just like of stuff that's going on, instead of like, the conversation wheel of, have I already picked this before? But yeah, being able to like get a few out of them each run would be cool, because I'm sure that there's so much that I haven't even heard the companions say. Amazing. I'm really curious to see just how bad this game could go in terms of not doing any of their loyalty quests, purely ignoring all of their struggles, not solving any problems, and just going into the ending and seeing how fucked it could be.
I keep expecting Davrin to challenge me to push-ups or something. Or Hassan to come and ask for a treat.
Yeah.
Those figures he carved? I'll get one of the lords to make more. And print his book. He'd want people to learn to kill monsters. And you were right. He'd also want us to finish the job. So just say the word. I'm ready to find out how to make Elgernon burn.
Hell yeah. Tash would be so mad at me if Harding was dead right now.
The Antom and Ravain have gone berserk. They're killing anything that moves. Be a lot worse if the Dragon King were leading them. The lords have kept them away from cities and towns so far. You saved a lot of lives when you helped me put him down.
Interesting. I'm expecting that if we didn't do their things, that we'd just be hearing like the opposite of like, everything's fucked, the Dragon King has burned everything, the world is just going to be so much worse off. I expect that that would be sort of the outcome of not doing any of their loyalty missions.
Elgernon lost it after you disappeared. He raged about us killing Gillenane. Brought down a huge pillar of fire on the island. We barely got away in time. A lot of Antom didn't. It burned so bright that we all saw purple for hours. Turned the whole island to glass.
Damn.
Let me know when it's time. I'm ready.
Wondering if there was going to be like a codex entry or something in here, or something to pick up or engage with. Would have been fun if you could talk with the archive. Be like, hey you, tell me something good. I need it right now.
It feels so different without Davrin. I can't believe he's just gone. We don't talk about it much, but everyone knows it. We wouldn't be here if Davrin hadn't stepped up.
He was a hero. We won't forget it.
Right. We can see it through, the rest of us. We'll fight. We'll win.
Damn. Okay.
Early in our search for Solus, Varric would ask me, "You sure you want to be here? It won't be easy." And I'd say, "I know. I'm not afraid of difficult." I didn't know how difficult it would be, especially without his wisdom. He could always make sense of things, you know?
I know exactly what you mean.
Right. You were talking to him this whole time.
Just a memory of him. Enhanced by Solus's magic, I think.
I'd take that. Just to hear that voice one more time, telling me it will all be okay.
Wow. Enhanced by Solus's magic, I think, which makes sense with us being connected. God damn. And it's good that we actually verbally acknowledged it. I'm glad that it was with Harding that this comes up at least.
We've tried to get messages through to the Shadow Dragon since Elgernon took over Minrathous. No luck. Nev's always so composed, but she must be worried. It's her city, her friends. But the Shadows are well established. They've fought for Minrathous for years. Let's get there quickly. I know I'm ready. I've got a score to settle with Elgernon. For the Titans and Dwarves. He has no idea who he's messed with.
Well, it's a good thing that she's not fully raged out with her lyrium powers, otherwise Solus would get crushed.
You, me, Varric, Nev. We started this. Let's make sure we end it right. Let's finish this, Rook.
Okay. Oh, why is Davrin's room lit up? Oh, man. Remember Davrin. Jesus Christ. Okay. If there's not a Remember Balara, she's got to be alive.
You were a warden to the end, Davrin. A hero. But you were a lot more than that to this team. You were a friend. We couldn't find any trace of you. I don't know what to think about that. Whatever it means, we miss you, Davrin.
You've already bled me dry. I have no more tears to shed. Too much came out of me already.
Hassan, we're going to miss you, boy. You're one of a kind. Wherever you are, I hope it's filled with all the truffles you could ever imagine. And worms. Let's not forget those.
I want to give him one last poke on the nose.
Always carving your toys. We'll keep these safe, too.
Lights off. Okay. Go talk with Lucanus as well. I'll just check this room. Never know. You never know. It could be something.
Katerina sent me a vintage bottle of port to mark my ascension as First Talon. I plan to share it with Davron, with Hassan at our feet.
I'll miss them too.
We will have to settle for stopping Elgernon and carving Davrin's name into his blighted heart. Now comes the fight for those we can still save. Despite the cost, Gillenane is dead. We should still count it a victory.
I knew you wouldn't miss twice. Are you okay?
I'm well, though that was no ordinary death blow. I assure you that striking down a god is not something any killer can mistake. That is worth remembering, given we still have 2 gods to destroy. The crows have been busy in Treviso. The blight was bad enough, but making sure we cleaned up all the governor's comic. Mierda. We should rebuild the city with a new monument. Evenchi's Folly, 10 stories high. If we must live in the shadow of their mistakes, it should at least be decorative. When you are ready to end this, Spite and I will be at your side. When you are ready to end this, Spite and I will be at your side.
Alright. I think it's the least amount of things to say. Time to go to my bedroom. My girlfriend's in there. And Nev is going to say, look, if we do some sort of old god ritual, you can kill the archdemon. But it means I have to have a baby. Alright, here we go.
You came back. I waited. Finding you was a lost cause, but I'd catch myself waiting. And you came back. So, look what I know.
What can I say? You're stuck with me. Wait. I'm sorry. I was hoping that was a good thing.
The best. Now kiss me, trouble.
No wisps to interrupt in my room. Ooh, ice cold.
I could stay here longer than I should.
Who says you have to go?
You know you're distracting.
Yeah, I do what I can.
I thought you were gone. Rathus is more lost than usual. Me too, if I'm honest. There's always something slipping through my fingers. All I know is, if I don't say I love you this time, I'll regret it.
I love you too.
Look, I still can't bet on after, not for sure. But I won't live like we're not getting one.
Take what you can while you got it.
And make it count. I'll make it all count.
Are you going sweet on me, Nev Gallus?
Turns out I've got a soft side.
Victory achieved. We broke through the emotionally avoidant romance. Probably the most PG romance in this game, I would say. But still, it's quite good, wasn't it? We can actually have a conversation with Nev in her room after that. But, hey, so about that. Oh, in Balara's room. Okay. So this is what we can do in Balara's room. Gotcha.
It's been days, but I still expect Belle to burst in here with a question or theory to share. Varric gone, Balara taken, Treviso.
You've been dealing with this alone.
There was so much to do, I had to get the job done. For you.
For us, no, okay?
I can work with that.
There's the mention of Varric being gone finally from companions. It comes when we are aware of it. Didn't mention Davrin there. Nev, my boy.
Rook, I don't know how Solus made you forget what happened to Varric. If I'd known, I should have caught it. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure it could be caught.
Maybe, but still. Add it to my list of reasons to stop him.
That's interesting too. So it sort of like made him forget. Maybe I reckon it was a mixture then. It was clearly a blend of like the grief and not being able to accept the loss from Rook's part, but I guess there was that Solus element of like making it a bit more real. Considering he was like, tell Varric I'm sorry, but he would have known that he was dead.
So, Minrathus.
It's bad. Solus may have helped, but we can't trust that's benevolent. And inside, I don't even know who's made it. Rana is careful, but she'll put others before herself, no matter the cost. Viper, Tarquin, they're fighters, but Halos, Cedar, I don't know. Whatever's happening out there, it's echoing here, in the Fade. The other day, I found wisps under my desk. They were hiding.
You're sure?
Had a strong feeling. I gave them an inkpot and some parchment with scribbled notes. It calmed them a little. If they felt safe here, I couldn't make them leave. People need us. It's time to show up. People need us. It's time to show up.
Is it a bit weird that Nev doesn't acknowledge Davrin or Asan? Considering that Nev was the one that would hang out with Asan quite a bit in the lighthouse. Like you'd see that more than anyone. And there was like the Nev and Asan scene where I was like, I think I like her. But she doesn't mention Davrin or Asan, just Varric and Bell gone. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I swear that she didn't mention Davrin. Definitely not Asan. It's a bit of a shame. Okay, everyone's been spoken to. The Dragon and the Dreadwolf. Elganon has taken over Minrathus. Solus has escaped from the Fade. and both of their plans threaten to end everything. The team must depart from Minrathous, meet up with their allies, and save the world from the last of the elven gods. And I'm going to take just a brief break myself, just to compose and get ready for whatever the hell is going to be around the corner, and then we get into it. Alright, a desperate raid on Minrathous offers the only chance to stop both Elganon and Solus. The last gambit. Deep breaths.
Thank you all for coming. If we don't stop Elganon today, our world is either dead or blighted. So we keep fighting until the job is done. It's gonna be hard. There's no guarantee any of us will make it.
We're with you, Rook.
Elgarnon dies today.
Whatever it takes.
Strife, news?
Our scouts confirm Elgarnon is inside the Archon's palace. There's a giant tendril of blight tethering it to the Divine's manor in Hightown.
Then that's our goal. Breach the city walls and get to that tendril. Emmerich, can we count on more support?
Our fellow Watchers would be honored to assist.
Vorgoth! The other Griffins!
Every remaining Grey Warden will be there too.
Forasan! And Davrin!
The crews are ready to pay their respects.
And the Lords of Fortune will be there. For gold and glory.
Isabella's just there.
The Veil Jumpers have been in this since the beginning, and will be there for the end.
Solus is our first target. Without his dagger, we can't kill Elganon.
Our scouts last spotted him working with the Shadow Dragons in the western section of Hightown.
Okay, we go in through Hightown.
How? Minrathous was built to fight off an army, even before Elganon reinforced the defenses. Every gate will be guarded.
Worse than that. Our scouts reported that the Venatori sealed all the gates with those damn warding crystals.
Can the Veil Jumpers disable them?
Venatori magic won't be a problem.
It's still likely to take time. You may need assistance or someone to protect you while you unravel the wards.
Oh my god. Your work in Eltham Forest has saved countless Veil Jumpers, allowing them to offer excellent support. Is it going to pop up with a few? So if we did a piss poor job of all of the regions, we'd have like, sorry guys, no one's here. Companions who have experience dealing with magical wards or protecting others in battle have a better chance to succeed, especially if they are a hero of the Veilguard. Are they going to succeed and die, or are they going to succeed and live, though? Because, oh man, I think it's very smart of them to have the distraction team leader sacrifice take place, because you now, any other choice has significantly more weight to it instead of just like, oh yeah, just pick whoever's best for the job and it'll be fine. There is a significant risk even choosing someone who's appropriate. Time for Hard in Hightown, guys. We're gonna go up that way. So they have experience dealing with magical wards or protecting others in battle. Have a better chance to succeed. Well, it would be Emmerich or Nev. I'm gonna pick Emmerich. Emmerich's a lich. He's immortal. I'm gonna pick Emmerich.
Emmerich, I want you helping the Veil Jumpers.
Of course.
The Venatori at that gate will be commanded by a war mage. That's how they usually operate.
If we get rid of the commander, the rest of the Venatori will scatter. Can the crows cut the head off the snake?
Contract accepted.
There's gonna be a lot of guards between you and her. The Lords can clear you a path.
And one of us should be there as well.
Together, the Antivan Crows and the Lords of Fortune can offer excellent support. If this is a crow-related thing, I should have Lucanus be with the crows. So interesting. This is kind of like a Mass Effect 3 as well, like building up your army's strength. So it's a mixture of Mass Effect 2 and 3, that sort of approach of having that strength. And if you hadn't built it up, you're going to be struggling. Experienced fighting mages or attacking by surprise. I will pick Lucanus. I was going to go with Nev, but because the crows will be there, that would make sense. Balara's not here to help the Veil Jumpers, so...
Lucanus, how would you like to kill a Venatori mage?
It would be my pleasure.
One last thing might give the crows some trouble. There's a massive construct tall enough to crush buildings. It's guarding the main gate.
Yo, Dragon Age 2.
A juggernaut. Giant siege constructs built to withstand the Anton, or anyone else who came calling.
We're gonna need our heaviest forces against that juggernaut. Evka.
The Grey Wardens have fought ogres and archdemons. We can handle this.
The Morn Watch will lend aid, but against something as large as this juggernaut, we'll require further assistance. Rook?
Tash. Tash will melt it. Companions of experience fighting massive enemies or constructs have a better chance to succeed. Tash.
Tash, you're with the Wardens.
Right.
Oh my god, look at the helmets.
Harding. Nev, you're with me. We make a run at the gate, get inside, and find Solus.
Wow.
The rest of you get to the Blight Tendril. Once we've got the dagger, we'll meet you there and take the fight to Elganon.
Man, that's actually really poetic. I was expecting to still send Nev and Harding out on... I was just like waiting to roll through them all. The way that this has actually worked out, the start of the game being Rook, Nev, Harding with Varric, and then I'm doing this mission in Mirathus again with Harding and Nev, actually feels really right. That feels really right. I always think that's got to be intentional if you're like assigning these people their jobs, because I guess Harding wouldn't be here if we chose Harding instead of Davrin, and Nev might not be here if we chose her instead of Balara, so it's possible for it to not work out this way. But for these choices with what I've made, it makes sense to me to have Tashko constructs, Emmerich wards, Lucanus with the crows, of course, taking out the Venatori mage, and now we're left with Nev and Harding, which is kind of perfect. I feel like I'm going to be sick, though.
I believe in this team, in all of us. So let's get it done. We go on my signal.
God damn. We have excellent support, so let's see how we go. Some interesting choices here. This is for everyone, not just one place or my background. This is for everyone.
For a world free of the Blight!
just want I just want Zevran to show up. Like, just to like shit on the other crows. Like, he like left and he just shows up at the end. He's like, I'm here to help. And he just comes out of nowhere, because I can't stop thinking about the fact that Zevran shows up at the end of Dragon Age 2 in the fight, and obviously he had an earlier appearance, and then Zevran does play a bit of a part in Inquisition. It would just be so hilarious if he just shows up. I'm like seeing these crows in action. I just want Zevran, and everyone's like, why are you here? You left the crows. Zevran gets the kill, and he's like, nobody forgets Zevran. And then Isabella's like, mwah. And then they kiss. Oh my god, look at him, my spry gentleman. Yes! Alright, Tosh. Oh my god. Tosh, strike out its heart. Well, I mean, that's a risky play, guys. You tried to climb up its weapon.
Focus on the wards.
My king. Oh. Yes, the legs. See, the legs makes more sense than the weapon. Vorgoth, let's go! Oh, this is so sick to see them all working together. Get it. Burn it. Or hit it, I guess.
Get to the gate!
Nice shot, Strife.
Nearly there.
Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, that's my man right there. Surely Irulan's got some healing magic. You got a potion on you.
Come on, come on.
Come on, gamers. Oh, nice. He directed it into there. Oh! Don't you do that. Don't you fake me out with that shit. Come on, Tosh.
Cuffs! Retreat!
Bro.
I'm coming for you!
Was Tosh the wrong choice because she went like right into the guts of it? Okay, nice.
After her!
Rook, we need to go!
Yeah, of course you're fine. Of course you're fine. You're Tosh! Good. Hey, Rook, hurry up! Bro could not get out of there. He really wanted to watch the show.
At the gate, but we're getting through.
Okay,
They did
okay.
their job. Now, let's do ours.
I don't think they got the mage yet. What are they going to do to Emmerich? Poke his skeleton body? Look at the shot of the city in the eclipse. That's fucking gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
Darkspawn ahead.
Take him down.
There's Darkspawn ahead? What the hell? Oh.
All right, let's find Solus.
The last report said he was helping the Shadow Dragons.
Then let's track down the Shadow Dragons.
Which is such a weird thing. It's like, hello, Shadow Dragons? You're allied with the Veilguard, you fucks.
Not looking victorious right now.
Dude. Like, holy shit. What is that? She's so smug about it. Oh my god, dude. Let me just, there we go. Oh, focal length. Let me just look at that for a sec. Wow. Look at that as a shot. That's fucking crazy. Alright, got that insane visual out of the way. Let's pick up some 12 gold.
Venatori too.
Block, block, block. Okay. Have you considered not blocking me?
Merchants used to fill this plaza. They sold expensive pastry and overpriced jewelry. Now, look at it. The Venatori finally got their victory.
Minrathous gets blighted, whether you want it or not. You save Minrathous, Treviso gets blighted. At the end of the day, Minrathous gets blighted. And the Venatori still take over. So maybe we should have saved Treviso. Nice. Very good. Lucanus, that was silly of you.
Well fought, Lucanis.
And there he is, the demon of Arantium.
At your service. They and I will return to the Crows and help with the fight through the city. You go after Solus.
We spotted him. He's not far ahead. That way, quickly.
And this confrontation is going to be something. I hope Harding has a few stern words for him.
All right,
just a few.
Solus should be up ahead. Let's find him.
I want Harding to really lay into him about the Titans and everything that she's learned.
It just keeps getting worse.
I heard Solus was helping the Shadow Dragons. It'd be even worse without him.
Is he just going to end up using them and tossing them aside too? Can't believe it's still giving me loot at this point.
Venatori ahead. Looks like a Magister leading them.
By the power of Razikale!
I did the wrong move. It is really crazy to have the game begin and end in that sort of Minratha space with the big shit going down. I like the poetic nature of that. Oh shit.
Asher! Get out of my city! Asher!
Did we win?
You're lucky your head's so damn hard.
Tarquin, Viper, you're alive.
Thanks to Solus. He's been the only thing between us and Elganon.
Stay with them. I'm going to talk to Solus.
Whew. Oh shit, okay. Hey, Chuckles. So, you gonna admit that you don't need to do this alone yet? I love that he's like, only I can do this alone, but then has the Shadow Dragons helping him. Hey, asshole!
You are as surprising as ever. Even I could not have escaped that prison. For you to manage it.
Oh, man.
Varric believed in me when nobody else did.
He was a good man.
He was always there for me. Except that he wasn't. Because you killed him.
What happened at the ritual site?
I know what happened! I remember the truth now! You did something to my mind to make me keep seeing him!
Yes. I was wrong to do so.
Fuck now. So he did. That was like not being able to move past the grief, but then it was also a sense of him that he fucked with my head.
You knew Varric was dead the whole time, but you kept pushing me not to see it. Why? How?
I was desperate. Unless I escaped, the world would fall to tyranny and blight. The only tool I had was my tenuous connection to you.
Blood magic.
As I said, I was wrong.
This is actually tough. I think I want to be as genuine as possible because he got me. And I did like I liked how it was going.
You know what the worst part is? Part of me was excited about proving myself to the Dreadwolf. Rook, that's how you do it, right? You get people so eager for those little scraps of approval that they never see the knife coming.
I'm sorry.
Oh, heard that before.
I betrayed you because I believed that only I could save this world. But I have failed, Rook. I have not stopped Elganon. I have not even defeated his archdemon. The victories that have been won since Elganon and Gillenane escaped are yours, not mine. If we are to save this world, we must work together.
Are you fucking serious? Dude, oh my god, where's the like punch him in the face option and then he goes, this feels familiar? So you can betray me again.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Do you not believe I want to stop Elganon?
Of course you want to stop him. And as soon as he's gone, you're gonna finish your ritual and drown the world in demons.
If joining me and stopping Elganon requires the veil to stay in place, then I will pay that price unflinching.
Whoa.
I swear by my own foolish pride, by love for friends I've failed and hurt, by everything I ever held as sacred. I will leave the veil untroubled. It will never come down by my hand. Now, if you will come with me, I can show you what has prevented me from reaching Elganon. And you can tell me your plan.
I just know that this man crossed his fingers behind his back and had a big old asterisk on by my hand.
We were trying to get to the Divine's Manor in the center of the city.
This guy is going to have like... my dagger doesn't count as my hand, Rook. Fool me once in Inquisition. Fool me twice in Veilguard. Fool me a third time in the same game right after you sealed me in a prison. And the worst part is I want to believe him. That is the worst part. But is it desperation that pushed him to this point, or is there this element of him being able to acknowledge that he's wrong, which is some sort of miracle? Oh, man. Keep believing in this fool. And I think this is excellent because there is an element in writing and character work that always does this, where there is a hero or a protagonist or just a character that will believe in this person. They will believe in this type of person. Something that comes to mind immediately is there's this element of, like in Doctor Who with the Doctor and the Master. The Master is a crazy psychopath villain and he's off the rails. He's not soulless, but there's this element that the Doctor is always so desperate to reach him. But I think that that's also a part of, like, the Doctor is also always emotionally compromised with him because of being the last of their race sort of thing. But it brings up that same sort of dynamic between a hero and a villain that have a connection and have history, like especially with like even the Inquisitor and Solus. And we had that conversation. I'm waiting for the Inquisitor to show up because we had that conversation of she would be willing to, you know, see things through with Solus. So I don't know. There was that conversation. She's not going to be just chilling in the South being like, let me know how he's going. You know, put me through on the phone if you ever get to that point. So we'll see. But just like, I love that there is the, are you fucking kidding me? And that's an appropriate time for there to be a, you've got to be kidding me moment instead of the shut up, you idiot. You've got to be kidding me. This one actually was great.
And the Blight tendril connecting to the Archon's palace. Yes, I thought the same. But some intelligence guides the tendrils. It has prevented me from getting closer. You need not believe me. But right now, Rook, we need each other.
Oh, there's codexes to pick up. Oh, Nev and Harding are here as well? Yes. Okay. I hope our companions talk to Solus, and most out of them, I hope Harding says something. Fate of the Archon. We've all heard the voice from above, this so-called old god Lucican, who, as my faithful readers know, is the same as the elven god Elganon, has taken over as Archon with grand proclamations for Tevinter's future. Specific details are kept vague. There's been no official word on the former Archon, but it's this writer's suspicion that the Venatori speak the truth in this one instance. The Archon is dead. There is only Lucican. This may be the last story I'm able to bring you for a while, dear readers. Remember, do not trust everything they speak of overhead, especially now. Keep your eyes open, don't fall for lies, and stay safe from the Weekly Truth. And added below by Tarquin, we still haven't found the Weekly Truth's writer. Solus is the unofficial member. Again, like the beginning of the game, Rook, Nev, Harding, and Varric, and then it's the same setup, but with Solus. How crazy. That was a good conversation, though. Event 6, the Common Red. A celebration of life, thick and sweet, served by the sip. Tradition says the more who partake, the greater the fortune, for no one is free until everyone is free. Hold on a second, Solus. I know that things are really, like, important, but, like, there's codex entries.
Harding, I am sorry.
Oh!
For what, Solus? Betraying the Inquisitor and breaking her heart? Trying to tear down the Veil, killing Varric, using blood magic on Rook's mind and then betraying him? Or maybe you're sorry for destroying the Titan's spirits, stripping our dreams from us and creating the Darkspawn.
Get him, girl.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, make him feel real bad. Get him, girl. That's good. So glad. If she didn't say anything about it, I'd be so mad. Dreams of Lucican, I will show you, he whispered, and I saw wings unfurl. Thedas stretched below me and all lie within night's great shadow. So write Aulia, one of the great Somniari, a dreamer who could hear the old gods in the Fade. Her writings have survived ages, yet speak to us now. We witness the work of centuries, and the wisdom and patience of Lucican. All will lie within the shadow of his benevolence, and at last the god of night will bid us rest. Excerpt from a Venatori pamphlet, added by the Viper, their latest propaganda. Their quote is authentic. Do they have a contact in the archives we haven't found? But they conclude it early. Aulia goes on to call the dream a nightmare and prays it won't repeat. This is very classic. This is like taking the bit of thing that only applies to them, but removing the relevant context that would negate it. They're always like, look at this one piece. Don't pay attention to the rest of it. Only this one piece. Happens a lot. It's like, I hate that there is a sacrifice with Davrid and Hassan, and it's like there's a part of me that really struggles with the choice that we made of who I would prefer to survive, as much as that sucks, but it's almost entirely worth it to have Harding and Solus at this point in time, you know? Being able to be like, hey, asshole, what are you sorry for? Everything?
Let us see if they've heard the legends of the Dreadwolf.
Yo, and he's got that mythal magic. Solus on the team. Crazy. Oh my, look at his attacks. Waiting for the PC mod that adds Solus as an actual companion, because he's got his own attacks and abilities, guys. It can be done. Damn, and he's got some shit too. I'm locked on. Look at that. Look, I'm just like trying to pay attention to like his moves. We got some real cool shit.
You should never have come to be.
He had like a real big freeze. If we help him stop Elganon, he has sworn on everything that we know about him that he will not bring the Fade down.
Fight as one with me!
I still don't know. I feel like there's some fine print there. Well,
Join Gillenane in death.
There! Save them!
Watch out. The Darkspawn ahead have an emissary.
Abominations. Their twisted magic corrupts the Fade. Elganon populates his armies with the cruel and the brutal. No brilliant tacticians, only those he can dominate and those who wish to become like him. But you, Rook, you will threaten this world no longer.
damn it. Our team is made from clever clogs. Gotcha. Look at that. Hello. Eartha meal approach.
The gods have power!
I feel... What gods empower them?
Whatever intelligence Elganon has set to direct the Blight, we are not far from it. Beyond the Blight there, perhaps.
Gotta cut through a lot of it.
Do you feel it? The Blight reacts to my presence. There! That must be the source of whatever intelligence guides it. If you can destroy the mind guiding the Blight, we may be able to reach the palace. I can accompany you no further. My presence will only draw the Blight to you.
He's gonna kick me into the trap. Is that Ballara? He's using Ballara. Holy shit. That's this. Oh no. That's the source of the intelligence. Oh shit, man.
Ballara, what did they do to her?
Wow.
We are out of time. I will defeat the Archdemon. Once Elganon is mortal, the final blow must be yours. I can think of no one better to wield this.
It must be mine? I wonder. I wonder why. It's because he shaped me to be like him, kind of, that I... alright, we'll see. Ah! I feel conflicted. Man, seeing Ballara like that makes her sort of reactions to when we took her to Demeter's Crossing and she saw people that she knew in that exact same state. That's rough. Balara's blighted and being used as like a blight intelligence source. That is awful. He's going to take on the Archdemon, give us the dagger to get the final blow. Alright.
Just make sure the Archdemon is dead by the time I get to Elganon.
You will have what you need.
Why did they bother doing the plot element?
Good luck. When next we meet, let us be standing over Elganon's body.
Wow. Why did they go to the lengths of doing this like plot element of there being a fake dagger created that we're holding on to? That's got to have relevance. Oh! Oh my god, he turned into the Dreadwolf. Look. Oh my god. Dude. Whoa. That's so sick. He turned into...
Solus takes down the Archdemon. That makes Elganon mortal, and we kill him with the Lyrian dagger. But first...
Come on, we have to get to Ballara.
Can Ballara be saved? That looks really bad. Dude, the Dreadwolf transformation. Shit. Yeah, like there was a specific plot point of them being like, we tried to recreate the dagger. I don't know why, but like obviously it can't do what needs to be done, and we're holding on to it. So now do we have two daggers, and are we going to be able to tell the difference? Is that going to be a really silly mistake that gets made? Oh, actually, it could be good. You know what? I can see the value of that potentially. If we can tell them apart, we could potentially get in a situation where we make Elganon think we don't have the dagger. Like we surrender it to him and he's like, I have your dagger, but then we have the real one. That's my prediction. Because they're not gonna attempt to create another dagger and have us hold on to it for no reason. It's gonna have some sort of play. Really interested to see how it actually comes into play though, but that's my prediction.
Ballara, can you hear me?
Oh man.
Get you out of there.
Ballara is gone. There is only the will of Elgranon. Giver of life and death.
All right. She looks fucked.
None oppose Elgranon and survive.
Elganon's wrath.
They've got mages!
Been like delaying the fight to see if Balara would say more stuff at the moment. He's really susceptible to being frozen there, I'll tell you that much.
There can be no resistance.
Bond increased. Oh. Using the dagger. Okay. Whoa.
You are not my god! Get out of my head! Rook?
Wow.
He was all I could hear. It was my mind, but he made me want to help him.
Like a Naris.
It's okay. You're free now. You're safe.
None of us are safe.
Once Elganon is dead.
Wait, you can't kill Elgranon yet. If you do, look out!
Come on!
Morgan. Hell yeah.
Morgan!
Quickly!
That's what I said.
Destiny is a heavy burden to bear. And growing heavier by the moment.
She's here. Arrives precisely when she means to, of course. Oh, I feel so bad. Look at her face. My Inquisitor.
You made it.
She's here.
Not my first giant monster.
Yeah, of course.
Apologies for missing the War Council. We got inside the city with the Veil Jumpers.
It gave us a chance to finally strike back at the Venatori.
Whatever you did unblocked entrances to the Divine's Manor. It also destroyed some of the Blight.
It'll come back. I can still feel it. I don't think I'm the only mage he used like this.
Balara, you're alive.
Rook freed me, but I learned things when I was in that Blight eruption. We need to talk.
We will, but first, we need to get you to a healer.
We'll take care of her.
Thanks. I'll join you in a bit. Just want to check on everyone else coming in. While we still have time.
Oh my god, dude. Wow. Oh. Ah, fucking video game. All right, the last gambit complete. Man, we're still going. After fighting through the streets of Minrathous, recovering the Lyrium dagger from Solus, and finding a lost friend, the team has reached the Divine's Manor, where friends and allies take a moment to recover before the final assault on the Archon's palace begins. All right, final assault. You know, you have a quest called the Last Gambit, and you're like, oh, last, ending. No. Final assault on the Archon's palace. We'll see. Oh, shit. Okay, Honor the Fallen. Oh my god, wait. What do you mean? Oh my god, dude! That's crazy. You know what I will say? What I will say for Balara or Nev choice and then being taken by Elganon is I think for in terms of like story and like theme, it's fitting and makes sense that Balara would get taken because it's the elven angle and like her resisting and being like, you're not my god. That is really good. I think the elven connection works with the story very well there. Hopefully we can sort out those eyes because, oh my god, sorry. Damn. Level 10. The Found Friend. The Fallen Hero. That's awful. Immortal Memory. Child of the Stone. Didn't get to level 10. Almost level 9. Goddamn. Okay. Alright, the Wrath of Ages. Balara has returned to the team after being rescued from Elganon's mind control. The corruption of the Blight leaves her future uncertain. She's determined to help for as long as the team or the Veil Jumpers need her. With a lost friend found and the Lyrium dagger in hand, the Veilguard checks on old friends, honors the fallen, and prepares to stop Elganon once and for all. So if there's people that don't make it potentially, if you pick wrong, could be honoring the fallen. As much as I'm like, maybe, I don't know how long we have left of like the story, but like we have to continue. I can't put it down. We have to see it through to the end. Alright, we'll talk to me, but first I really need a bathroom break, and then we'll continue. Alright, we continue.
Mevaris, it's good to see you.
We're so close. Minrathous will be liberated. First from the old gods, then from Tevinter's old rule. I never doubted we had a chance, but it's good to have you here. Take our fight to the palace, Rook. Take our fight to the palace, Rook.
They should just get rid of the talk prompts when they run out of dialogue.
Elganon's magic twists the Fade. Let us see your watcher correct him.
Prepare well, Rook. He awaits. He awaits.
Kindly put this affair to rest. Kindly put this affair to rest.
Just gotta keep checking.
Watcher, Rook. You've prepared a chamber for the dead. I thank you.
They will be taken to grave or pyre once our battle has ended, as their beliefs dictate. For now, they wait, and we attend them. If you wish to pay your respects, please enter.
It's even harder being a Morn Watcher. Obviously they want to make it known that this isn't an easy fight where it's just like everyone's fine.
You're tense. Is that a furrow on your troubled brow?
You like my furrow? Called it the thinking man's dimple.
It's like a dead Venatori.
Public, I don't.
Rook, the Venatori brought death to Minrathus. We've made many of them pay, but they still owe us a balance.
You take care of Elgarnan. We'll keep after his remaining followers on the ground. Minrathus, all of Thedas, will remember the crows on this day. Let's see this done. Go get him, Rook.
Thedas will be free.
Hate to admit it, but Solus really came through for us. Now it's just Elgarnan we have to deal with. Good luck.
We'll keep watch on the city down here.
They apparently had ambient dialogue that triggered as soon as I pressed the talk button. The others didn't. Oh no, they did, didn't they?
Watch yourself up there.
Should have not pressed the talk button.
Watch yourself up there.
God damn it.
Stay safe, Rook.
Rook. Asher. It went from green all the way to legendary. That's hilarious. One of the first weapons I got. Ah.
It's been years since I fought in a battle like this.
The crows defeated the Venatori at the gates, thanks to you and the lords.
The pleasure was all mine. I got to dust off the daggers for good people. Rest up while you can. You'll need it.
Yes, remember the Canary Tome in Kirkwall?
You show those gods who you are. You laugh in their faces, and you bring them down. For Varric.
For Varric. What about Hawk? And Hawk too, yeah?
Pull this off, and they'll tell the tale for generations. It's what Varric would have wanted.
Yeah, Strife is fine. Nice.
I told the Shadow Dragons I'd help scout routes to other safe houses.
More payback against the Venatori? Count me in. We've all had enough of Elgarnon's tyranny.
Be sure to silence him. Veer and Selene.
Hit them hard.
The Archdemon will fall. It's a matter of hours.
And then a short vacation on the way back? Just a day. I think we deserve it.
Rook, it's been a hard fight to get here.
And against stranger foes than we imagined.
It's almost the end now.
We have this, Rook. I know it.
I'm ready. Are you?
You'll be fine.
Stay safe, Rook, and make sure Nev doesn't get herself killed. I know you can do this.
Damn, the run through of all the allies is good. Hey, Kalsharok, Mr. Stalgard, Minrathus recovery plans. Note attached to intelligence reports. Asher, let's pretend Elgarnan gets kicked out of the city. We still have Venatori, demons, and blights to push back before it's safe for people to come out. See the growing stack of reports. Added by Tarkin later. Myrna says she and Vorgoth will work with Dorian, May, and some of our other mages to target demons. The Veil Jumpers and crews will help you move supplies and check on the other safe houses. Their only request is they get to take out as many Venatori as possible on the way. I might join you on that one. The Wardens, shockingly, already have ideas for the Blight. Isabella said she'd help them when Antoine mentioned fire. Also, by the way, Dorian mentioned Dorian and the Inquisitor coming out together is so good. Like, Dorian, the Inquisitor, and Harding being some members of, you know, the previous game. The only thing that could, like, top it off is it's like, all right, we've brought the whole previous Inquisition. The Inquisitor comes in, and Vivian and Sarah is there, and Iron Bull's there. And Cassandra and Liliana are there, and they're both wearing the same outfit, so you can't tell who's who. Same with Vivian. They're all just like, one of us is the Divine. You won't be able to tell who, but we're all here. And it would just be great. And then Blackwall shows up. But obviously you can't do that. But it would be so special, I think. Especially considering how Inquisition and Trespasser ends. I wish. Incredible. Cat. Of course, the cat survives the chaos.
Rook, stand firm and watch Lace Harding's back. It's a strange fight.
Now Caretaker sits here at the end for the final enchantment. Morrigan, Inquisitor, and Dorian together. Where's the rest of my team? Where's everybody else? Where's everybody else?
When this is done, you'll be off again?
Something like that.
You'll be off again, of course. So if this was our male Inquisitor who romanced Dorian, I wonder what this would be like, if there would be any dialogue about it?
Get out there and do what you do best. Get out there and do what you do best.
You've got this.
'Tis almost time for this story to end. Are you ready to write the final chapter?
He'll find a way.
Of that, I have no doubt.
Can you just look into the camera and say that one next time? It'll have dramatic effect. Are you ready to write the final chapter?
He was in my head the whole time. It was like I wanted to help him.
Oh, Balara. I'm so sorry.
He's filled with the blight, and I think I am too. Rook.
Everybody is here, and Balara is crazy. Balara, what I really liked about her mentioning the, I wanted to help element is it really put a lovely spin on Syrian and Anaris, and he was wearing the mask, and so he felt what he felt, and like all those emotions came through. So it wasn't like straight up mind manipulation, but it was like a level of like expanding on someone's empathy, because like you feel what I feel, and then like, whoa, I feel that like hardcore, and now I want to help you, sort of thing, which is really interesting. So Balara and Syrian have now both experienced that from different entities. We're not losing anyone else.
No. I refuse to lose anyone else I care about to these monsters. Balara, stay alive. That's an order. We'll talk to the Wardens after we take down Elganon.
No, you can't. That's what I needed to tell you. When Elgarnon was in my mind, I was kind of in his too. I could feel him. His mind, his magic, his life force. It's tied to the Veil. His life is the only thing holding the Veil in place.
I felt the Veil weaken when Gillenane fell. I expect that when Solus imprisoned the other gods, he bound them all thus. And now that Elganon is the only one left...
If we kill him, the Veil collapses.
Which is why Solus gave me the dagger.
He said the Veil won't come down by his hand. The way that I was like, I clocked you, mate. I clocked you. He gave me a big old asterisk and fine print. Because it won't be him. You know what? There is a level of genius here, but it is really interesting because it seems that no matter what was going to happen, even with Solus trying to preemptively bring down the Veil, if we waited for blights to naturally occur through the archdemons over time, which could be, years down the track or even ages down the track, because obviously we've had multiple archdemons come out, multiple blights over, really early ages to now. Solus obviously wanted to change it immediately. But there was a failsafe, it seems, that even if Solus wasn't able to do this or wasn't around to fix his mistake, all of the Evanurus were tied, their power, their life force tied to the Veil. So when the last Archdemon would fall, and that final Evanurus, that final old god that would come to pass, the Veil would come down anyway. But damn. It was always coming down.
Damn it. He said something about this in that memory of him binding the gods. I thought he was just stealing their magic. I didn't realize he meant it literally. We still have to kill Elganon. So what can we do? Can we tie the Veil to something else to keep it in place?
For an enchantment like that, we'll need a specific substitute. The Veil was made to be tied to the ancient elven gods.
Then let's tie it to Solus. He's the only elven god left.
Binding him will require drawing his blood with the lyrium dagger.
And I doubt he's going to like the idea.
Binding Solus to the Veil is crazy. He's already bound to it by guilt and regret. Now bind him physically to it. There's also Mythal in a way.
Cutting him to bind him to the Veil. That's blood magic. We do it if we have to, but only if we have to. What about this?
The dagger we made while you were in the Fade.
Once Elganon is dead, odds are good that Solus will need to do something else to complete his ritual. This dagger looks identical, but it can't cut through enchantments like the real thing. So if he tries to use it...
The backlash of such magic would render him helpless.
Unless he notices. You really want to try a bait and switch on the Dreadwolf?
Is there any chance at all, that he would listen to reason?
Speaking from the heart, Inquisitor?
Varric died trying to reason with him.
As did Mythal when Solus took her power.
We have you, Morrigan. You have Mythal's memories. And we have the essence of the other fragment of Mythal from the Crossroads.
Such power, even fragmented, is not to be taken lightly. Hold it for now, and when the time comes, if you believe the Dreadwolf's heart can be turned from this course, I shall try.
Bruh. Getting Mythal's essence is important. And as we thought it would be, but that's the thing. When we were fighting the dragon in the Crossroads and Mythal's dragon shows up and be like, I'll help one last time. And I'm like, surely this isn't it, right? Surely this isn't what your essence is helping us with. It's gotta be for the end, right? Okay. Amazing. We have some powerful characters at play here. Morrigan with Mythal's memories. We have Solus's ex-girlfriend. We have a fake dagger. The bait and switch could be really interesting because does the trickster god expect to get tricked? Does he think that being known as the god of lies, could someone pull one over on him? Will he even think about it? I feel like he could sense the magic in the dagger. I feel like he would have that connection to it. But what if he's distracted? What if he's focused on something else? What if he thinks that victory is in his grasp and he's just so assured that we could trick him? What's amazing is at this conversation, it's not like there's one way through, which feels really cool. There's this element of this could actually go any which way.
Because of everyone here, and everyone we lost to get here, we've got options for dealing with Solus. For now, let's focus on Elganon. He's in the palace above us. We'll climb the Blight Tendril to get there. Once Solus takes down the Archdemon and renders Elganon mortal, we hit him with everything we've got.
Damn right we do.
Time's running short. Stock up on supplies, pay your respects, and say goodbye to the people you love. Be ready to go when I signal.
Ooh-wee. Now everyone's here.
I'm helping the Shadow Dragons with supplies while they're short-handed. Go on, pick out something nice.
Is this like everything that's left? It's gotta be like all of the last things. All of the gold that I've built up. Yay! I can spend it all to make it the best. Or at least close to it. I can't make everything maximum. But let me do that. Oh, we can even get the unique stuff that we missed. Arlathan's Fall. The harder they hit you, the stronger your resolve. Commander's Presence. Grey Warden commanders adorned with the Order's classic blue and silver often cut a striking figure on the battlefield. And Plumage of the Mad Crow. Nice. The Antivan Crow's more flamboyant outfits pay tribute to the midnight plumage of their namesake. Expensive. I have everyone pretty much in their top tier gear anyway. Let me max out their trinkets. Nice. Enhancements! Fully upgraded a weapon, armor, and accessory to their highest level. I'll go with that. The last mementos. A proud reminder of the Grey Wardens at their greatest strength, enduring despite years of neglect as though unseen hands kept it from falling into disrepair. A genealogical record of prominent Altus families that details births, deaths, marriages, and the magical accomplishments of each family. Many of these bloodlines intersect. Fate-bound gems said to have rained down from a waning Satina, the smaller moon. Facets cut by dying masters each reflect a path not taken. And a plant imported all the way from the northern jungles of the Donarchs should never be handled without gloves. And Forbidden Dream, the petrified tentacles of an unknown creature extrude from the skull. The origin point seems to be within the skull itself. Did the tentacles come from the Fade? Nice. Okay. Honestly, what else do we have to spend our gold on, you know? Not much. Sell all of our final valuables as well for the maximum amount of gold. No reputation. Not enough gold to get absolutely everything that you want, but most of it.
Enjoy the view up there.
There goes a lot of our stuff.
Of course Solus lied to us. Again. I expect it, and yet I'm surprised every time. But we're chipping away at Elgernon's forces. I thought that was impossible. He commands armies, and he's a god. Or really close to one anyway. We even got Balara back. I keep thinking, something has to go wrong somewhere, right?
Stick to the plan, and we'll walk out of here with Elgernon's head on a stick.
I'll pass on the head and stick. Before this ends, in case things don't work out, I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. You believed in me when I couldn't, and you helped me see the strength I always had. Just one final push to the palace. We're so close, Rook.
For Varric. For all that he meant to us.
I'm ready. Let's finish this.
God damn. You know what hurts even more? The fact that all of our team is here -1. Getting Balara back is great, but now it's just like, ugh, the loss of one feels even bigger now. Because he's just the one missing piece to the Veilguard. Whatever it takes.
Lucanus, everything alright?
We have made it here and fared well in the fight. Now we only have to wait. But Spike grows impatient. As do I. This may be the calm before a final storm, but I don't feel it.
I know it's hard, but this is our last chance to rest before we finish this.
You're right. The first Talon should have more patience.
It won't be much longer.
Elgernon's life is measured in hours. As for Solus, if any deserve to set his fate, it's you. But if it were me, I would not banter. I would not give room for lies and false promises. Find your opening and strike. The cost of mercy is too high when others might die in its wake. Whatever happens, my contract was for the blighted gods. Today it is fulfilled.
When I went to the Crows, I asked for their best. And we got him.
The demon of Virantium. I had a reputation to maintain. Rook, I left the ossuary only to lose so much again. My city, my family. But what I've managed to reclaim, I have you to thank for. Zara thought she could take my life and control it. When this is done, Spite will have his life, and I will have mine. And it will be only mine again.
Very nice.
Oh, it is purest relief to see us all gathered safe and sound.
Not all of us.
Reunited with Balara. What that poor girl has been through, and she still returned to the fray. Elganon must fear what we might accomplish once we storm his tower.
So yeah, I assume without the Hero of the Veilguard status, as well as like getting the help of the factions, I assume we could probably be in this room with even less members of the Veilguard. It does feel that way, especially when it's like they have a better chance to survive if these things are in place. So I'm very grateful for that. Otherwise, this would be a very depressing and empty room.
I never dreamed a pair of watchers would decide the fate of the Fade. Especially me.
To always watch over the boundaries of death and measure the dreaming sea. The Dread Wolf risks all realms touched by the Fade if he dares let our world be swallowed by that infinite ocean. He is, however, a former spirit. As such, Solus cannot help but listen to appeals to his nature, his yearning for reflection.
I could try talking him down once I find him.
The spirits whisper. One way or another, I believe the Dread Wolf's tale draws to its conclusion. You have been a dear companion, Rook. You accompanied me through death, and were the first to witness my return. I shall never forget that, through the ages that follow.
Amazing. That is so beautifully sad.
It's been good traveling with another watcher through all this.
To converse with someone else from the necropolis has been a comfort.
We're far from home, but its gates are always a step away.
How true. Now, let us save the land of the living, that the dead may know peace.
Talking with him is always and forever a delight. Absolutely. It's very interesting because, yeah, obviously, like, he's talking about he was once a spirit, right? But the name of Solus means pride. And what do we have out there? Pride demons. And how many eyes do they have? The same amount of eyes as the Dreadwolf does. Coincidence? I think not.
We didn't lose anybody. We hit the city that the Antam couldn't conquer and got out clean. We've even got Balara back. We're gaining people.
Everyone forgot about Davrin, guys. Just, woo! Everyone, I know that this battle we didn't lose anyone, but there was a pretty significant loss last time. Also, Tosh, Harding is alive because I chose Davrin, so you two could at least have some romantic interactions at this point. Probably doing it while Nev and I were doing it. They were doing it.
We've planned this as best we can. Now it comes down to execution.
Thanks for keeping Harding safe. She takes risks when she gets mad.
Harding takes risks when she gets mad.
She's itching to take a shot at Elgar'nan. And probably Solus.
You're a big reason we got this far, Tosh.
Just point me at the dragons. Hey, listen. You helped me figure out who I was. I'm Raveni. I'm a dragon hunter. My mother didn't like that. But maybe she'd be proud of me anyway.
Shokra to Ebra, Tosh. I know she would.
I'm a better person because of you. So, thanks. Now let's go kick some ass.
I really like that. That's nice.
How are you feeling, Balara?
Everyone filled me in and told me about everything that happened since I've been gone. It's a lot. I knew Elgar'nan was doing something. I could feel it through the blight. I just didn't know how big it was. How awful it was. But most everyone's still alive. Still fighting. That's more than I could have hoped for. More than I expected. So, okay, I think.
I swear to God, if Balara doesn't even mention Davrin at all, what the hell?
This could have gone a lot worse. I'm glad it didn't.
You're finding the way through. The twisty path.
And the blight? How's it feeling?
Like it's tying itself around me. It's in my blood. In my head. I feel it whispering to me. But it doesn't get to decide how my story goes. Even if it's only got a few chapters left. Let's make the most of each one of them. And give it the happiest ending we can manage.
It's funny, the twisty path, it did sound like Varric, because he's like, Rook can find the way through.
Varric liked to say everything was a story. Helped him make sense of all of it.
I always wanted to meet him. He sounded smart and kind.
Yeah, he was.
Rook, thank you.
For what?
For helping me put the ghosts of the past to rest. Now let's go kill a god.
Huge mistake. Huge mistake to not have Balara say a single word about Davrin. She said most everyone alive, cool, but like, Balara didn't get to witness that. She didn't get to collectively mourn with everybody else. Balara and Davrin had a really good friendship too. Like, the way that they would talk about things and have even in the Lighthouse dialogue. How the fuck could they forget that? At the peak of like this crucial element of the Veilguard being together and, you know, paying respects to those that we've lost and having everyone before this, you know, the final chapter and pushing to the end. It feels so wrong to have, yay, we made it and everyone's here. Like, I know that we don't want to have like the repetition of like constantly bringing it up. I mean, this game has a lot of repetition in dialogue anyway with Elgar'nan and Gillenane, Elgar'nan and Gillenane, Elgar'nan and Gillenane, but we just lost Davrin and we didn't get a chance to get Balara's reaction out of that because she was taken. And we're at like the point before we go in and she doesn't say anything about it. That sucks. Considering they were both taken in the same mission, it really makes me feel like there should have been something there.
Get out there and do what you do best.
Oh, I was putting off talking to you because I thought you would actually have something.
You've got this.
Okay, gamers. You just... Okay. We'll talk with Nev.
Nev, how are you holding up?
I've seen reports from the city. The lost... But more are still standing than I might have bet on. Every person who gets through this is a win.
We started this together, and...
Now we stay focused, cross our fingers, and keep our guard up.
There's more on your mind.
This started with Solus. It will end there, too. He played mind games with you, targeted emotions, then went right for the heart. People with power, sometimes it's best not to play their games. Other times you need to play them smarter. However this plays out, I'm with you, Trouble. Right to the end.
I couldn't do this without you.
Sure you could. But it wouldn't be as fun. Rook, before we go,
It's all right.
I love you.
I love you too.
Good. Now let's finish this job.
That's nice. There we go. Alright. We've spoken with the entire team. So we're good. I'll do a save here. Yeah. Okay.
A
hello.
word, Rook?
Okay. Yes?
Any last advice from Mythal?
'Tis a difficult battle you face, but you are among more allies than you know. You have purified the crossroads, uncovered ancient truths lost for ages, and earned the essence of Mythal. You are truly the champion of the Fade. Take this. Should your fight against Elganon grow desperate, invoke the memories of the Dreadwolf's rebels. For you, they will stand against tyranny one last time.
Whoa. The ultimate salvation of Felisan. It's based on how much of the gods' influence you drove back in the crossroads. Equip the rune and activate it. It can only be used against Elganon. Oh, shit. Okay. I'll take that off of my applying weakened one. Yo. The ultimate salvation. Gain quickened, enhanced damage, resistant deflect, flaming weapons are movable and invulnerable, and 75% detonation damage. He's already absolutely going to get melted. Alright, something that I'm going to do here, because this is going to be like the final fight. And it's going to be going up against good old Elganon. Let me see. It's just custom and then it's underdog. Punishing odds and save the world from unforgiving enemies. Because what do we pick? We're playing on adventurer, yeah. So we can just go up to underdog. Reaction windows, more challenging, fine. Yeah. So I guess it would be custom, but we'll have it at highest for enemy health. How about that? For the finale. Because if I'm going to pop that rune, I'll have it go appropriately. Time to go climb the giant beanstalk. The Dreadwolf rises. Here it is. It's all come to this.
Bad news, everyone. Elganon's forces are gathering outside.
They mean to prevent you from reaching their master.
Our people will set up barricades, and we'll hold the enemy as long as we can. You need to start climbing.
One of us should help.
I'm going up there. I owe Elgranon for what he did.
You go to face a god, Rook, but any aid you might spare would be welcomed.
Whoa. Oh my god, what are you doing? The forces defending the Divine's Manor are in excellent shape and will be fighting hard. Companions who have experience fighting in frontline combat or sieges have a better chance to succeed, especially if they're a hero of the Veilguard. Shit. Seeing Morrigan, Isabella, and my Inquisitor run out together? Hell yeah. Love that. So wait. Any aid you might spare. Okay, so I'm choosing people to stay behind? Hang on, I'm a little bit confused. Am I choosing people to come with me or choosing people to stay behind? Frontline combat is... It says the forces defending the manor are in excellent shape and will be fighting hard. Because I don't even know who I want to bring with me for the team. I haven't actually thought about my party. Like, kind of want Emmerich and even Harding. I'm gonna pick... I've saved. So if I've misunderstood and I choose this wrong, I might just reload it.
Tosh, you up for it?
Yep.
Okay, Tasha, stay behind.
For you, Rook. All my best.
I think Tasha on the front line with sieges works. I think that's appropriate. Okay, and now I choose my party. So Lara remains affected by the blight and will fight separately. Gotcha. Davrin's gone. And Tash will remain below to hold the line. I think that's the most appropriate person to hold the line. Right? It just kind of makes sense to me. I hate that I can still dress this guy. God damn it. I think my party... I'm going to have Emmerich and Harding. I'm going to have Harding for, like, to potentially be with me for the Solus encounter or interaction. I think that'll just fit the most. And then I still find myself just, like, looking at this anyway. But then I kind of want Nev. I'm torn between, like, Harding or Nev. It's such a big choice right at the end. Alright, I'm going to bring Emmerich and Harding. Assumedly, the other characters are with us, just fighting outside of the party. I don't know. Okay. Damn, okay. The Inquisitor. Look at this group. Tasha's got this. God damn, dude. Screenshot. Oh, we're all here. We're all climbing. Morrigan, you sure you don't want to come upstairs and join our party? Morrigan will turn into a dragon and burn them all. Ooh. Whoa, there's people in this fucking beanstalk. Wow. It's like bodies like making up the formation of it. That's crazy. Breathe fire, Tosh. The only thing left to lose is everything. Thanks, game. Thank you for that. My screen just disconnected? Oh my god. This is not the time. Hang on. My monitor is just disconnected. Alright. I don't have time for my monitor to disconnect while I'm at the climax. What? Oh! God.
Ballora!
It's okay. There's gotta be another way up.
The people that aren't with me are down there. Yeah, if you could hurry it up with that archdemon killing Solus. What a surprise.
Quickly.
Oh my dude. Fucking hell. Like, having that go around us while we ascend. This might be one of the best ending set pieces that has been constructed in a Bioware game that I've played. Man, they really did make that that parry window tight. Probably get rid of these, shouldn't I? A huge positive to state here is, yeah, I think in terms of presentation and stakes and like the build up to this is genuinely, I think, the most effective final set piece that I've witnessed in BioWare. It's really good. It feels right to... Jesus.
How do you think the others are doing? And everyone back down below?
We must trust in them as they have trusted in us.
And there's still loot even in here? Bloody hell. So hang on, I want to make sure I got the right rune. Yep, got the right rune equipped. My word. That's what I was saying. Holy shit. Clock's ticking though, Solus. You gotta get that shit done.
Solus and the Archdemon have been fighting for some time.
Yep.
And until Solus kills it, Elgernon can't be killed.
Solus knows that as well as we do. He might betray us after, but he'll do whatever it takes to stop Elgernon.
Yep. I'm trying to look at the fucking action. It's the funniest part.
Thanks, Emma.
Get your weird tongue off of me. warrior just knows how to melt things, even with giving the enemies more health and turning the difficulty up a notch, guys. That's just how the warrior works. He slices and dices. And he necrosis all over the place. Oh man. Let me see if I can get a good little photo of this. Alright, hang on a second. Just gotta bring the camera out here. How far? Not far enough, damn it. Like, just let me get up there. I want to see these guys duking it out. Get it done. A big blight boil. Gotta pop that pimple. Oh no, it's a beam to balance on. Use this for now because we're not going up against Elganon. What the hell was that, dude? You're targeting that character and span on the spot. I thought we'd gotten over that.
That one's ready. Set that one up.
At the wrong one. That one. That one.
Well played.
Ah, too late. Classic. Targeting the wrong enemies is a ritual. Off you go. What the hell? Bonk! Get detonated, idiot.
That one's ready.
Why won't you die?
Me from death so I can have my revenge?
Harding, that would require... with the powers of a lich.
Wait, can you actually do it?
Possibly. Never without permission from your mother, of course.
Alright, that's perfect. I love that. Hey. With the powers of a lich. Alright, make sure you've got all your health potions in order.
Do be careful.
What's in here, though? Gotta get that loot right at the end. Everything must go to legendary. I'm doing it, hopefully, if there's codex entries or anything. Okay, hello.
The throne room. Knowing Elganon, we'll find him there. You made it.
Elgernon's using the Magisters to control the Blight, just like he used me. They're directing all of it at Solus. He won't make it without our help.
How do you know?
I can still feel it. Hear it.
The Blight.
God damn.
I'll help Solus. Just get to the throne room.
Yeah, but we can't do anything to Elgernon. Fucking hell, dude. Right? Oh my fucking god, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, if only you could have turned into a form with wings, Solus. You're at a disadvantage. Holy shit, dude.
We've got an ogre!
Got an ogre. Haven't had one of those in a while. 2 of them as well. Oh my god, hang on, okay. I literally... okay. Hold on a sec, I can't see. Oh, how many ogres is there? There's 3 of them. Wait a minute. Holy shit. Huh? That's incredible. Yes.
We've done it!
Holy shit, I can't see. They're all doing the same shit. Ugh.
That one, quickly!
Which one? This one? I still can't see. Holy shit! Multiple ogres.
That's fire!
Nice.
It's just ahead. Everybody ready?
Absolutely.
Let's finish this.
Well, that depends on our dog, doesn't it? Have you got all your potions and ultimates ready? Because here it is. Oh, damn, bro.
Solus.
Maybe we shouldn't have spared aid. Tosh could be helping right now. Whoa. What Elgernon did to Balara being able to be something that helps tremendously is amazing. Wouldn't have been able to predict something like that. That's really cool. Oh, yeah, alright.
Arrogance, thinking you can hide from your creator. And I am this world's creator.
Yeah, alright. Wow. Damn, he blighted himself. Hardcore.
Every pointed spire and warding enchantment in this city is a child's unwitting imitation of the empire I built. I would have restored the glory. Your lives are too brief to remember.
I saw Demeter's Crossing and Weishaupt, and everywhere else you've left your mark. I didn't see any glory. All I saw was a tyrant destroying everything he touches.
You mistake discipline for cruelty, a failing among those who lack a master's gentle guidance. We only destroyed because you resisted. In the new empire, every child would have blossomed under my protection. And Gillenane, my brilliant sister, would have forged the blight into a tool of beauty. But she is dead. And all we have is this. Because of you.
Damn, okay, here we go. It's fighting Elganon, but he's invulnerable, right? Because the Archdemon's still up and kicking. What do you even do? What do you even do about that? Oh, let's get a better look at him. Just a second. God damn. Yeah, he blighted like crazy. Look at this thing. Because he was wearing something like this on his necklace before. It looks a bit different now because it's like purple. But you'll notice that he was wearing that around his chest when he first appeared. What is it with the toe armor, bro? Balara's like, fuck, I gotta take that off. That's awful. Damn, he ugly. All right.
Higher world is my domain!
What it? Okay. Oh, he's doing that thing. Hang on. Which one is the one of you that's... Whoa. Hang on. You. Didn't I already...
Thanks, Emma.
Oh, I was... Okay, so wait. Now I can pop this bad boy. Should I wait until... I don't know if there's going to be like a second phase or something. I'm popping it.
I've set that one up.
Nothing you do matters!
Okay, it is on a cooldown. Alright, it is on a cooldown, so it will come back. I can just keep using it against him. It's not just like a one-time use only. That's... Alright, big old purple blade, bro. So you're why the game's purple.
Lives. I am invulnerable.
Yeah.
Yet still you fight. Pathetic.
Yep. Still we fight for good reason, buddy boy. You got a bit too much going on at once, bud.
That one's all set.
What you gonna do? Dude, goddamn. Whoa, he's missing an eye, dude. Holy shit. One of his eyes.
The Dread Wolf cannot save you. He cannot even save himself. Now you understand that none may stand against me. Those who try stand alone.
Whoa, okay. Actually, genuinely, like, we've got to be able to get the upper hand somehow, but how? But how? I'm like, how the fuck are we going to get the upper hand here? I just can't. I'm like, shit's not looking too good. Oh, don't pay attention to that. Yeah, he got one of his eyes ripped out. Do you think when if he's able to revert back, that he would be missing one of his eyes proper? Or not? That flickering in this arena is a bit unfortunate, but holy shit.
To me, and I will show you mercy.
Oh, not the blinding, bro.
Look at you. Your failures.
Hey, guess what?
You failed to save the wardens at Weishound. You fled in terror at Arlathan.
And then we killed Gillenane.
You have nothing. No army, no dragon, no thralls.
I've got a team, and that's all I need.
I have bound the souls of dragons. I have slain titans.
Damn, this fight is crazy. This is sick, actually. Wow, the shit that they're pulling out for this fight.
You will kneel.
This is good. There's actual mechanics and things happening and so many different moves.
No. No.
Oh, come now. You did as well as anyone could have, but you cannot deny the truth.
I can do this. I have to.
What's she gonna do? She's gonna plug herself into the Blight computer. Wow.
Release them.
I gave you this power, child.
You are not my god.
Oh, this is so good that it's Balara. Whoa.
Impossible! No!
Yes, rip out the throat! Yes! Oh my god, went for the jugular! Hell yes.
You are mortal, Elganon. Enjoy it while it lasts.
If you will not bow, you will burn.
Him switching colors is so funny. You got built-in RGB lighting. That's his only silly aspect. The rest is fucking incredible. Look at that. Like, wow. Went for the jugular. I think Balara's sacrificed herself to achieve that. Damn it. Get over here. I did a whole thing. I got a whole field for you. Thank you. Wow.
Your recalcitrance has doomed every pathetic creature in existence.
Buddy, I'm just glad that you don't have a shield that I have to break.
Defiance from this wretched world. And from the ashes shall rise a blighted empire, bound to me alone.
Wow. Music's really good.
We've done it.
I'm so glad that they didn't fuck this up.
Save my glory. No
This is a good fight.
Save my shadow. No desire. Save my perfected intention. I am creator and destroyer. I am will made manifest. I
am will made manifest. He's got some good one-liners. It's a shame you're gonna die, buddy, because you got some good speeches in you.
That one's all set.
Oh, yes. Here you go. Really good fight. Really good fight. Prove me right. His dagger was so busted, wasn't it? Come on, break it. Oh, yo! Guess it didn't even matter after all. Oh, dude. All right.
It is done. The world owes you a debt, both for defeating Elganon and for bringing down the Veil.
Yep. Okay.
I'm sorry for this final betrayal, but I will do what I can to minimize the damage. When you see the old world restored, please, Rook. I do not wish to fight against you.
Whoa. I didn't expect this. Trick Solus with the fake dagger. Fight Solus and bind him to the Veil. Use Mythal's essence and convince Solus to stop. You don't have to do this. Oh my god. The super secret sexy third option. Wow, you can use the trick dagger, fight him, or convince him. My heart is pounding out of my chest. We gotta use Mythal's essence.
But I don't want to see the world go through even more pain on top of what Elganon has done. Do you? This world is broken, Rook, because of my mistakes. This is why you had to use me to escape the prison. It's made from regrets, and you're trapped in yours. You cannot understand that destroying everything won't erase your mistakes. You have a chance right now to save the world. Bind yourself to the Veil and stop it from falling. I cannot. To stop now would dishonor those I have wronged to come this far.
Even if those you wronged asked you to stop?
Venan.
You think you've gone too far to come back? But you're wrong. I am here, walking the Denancheral with you.
I lied. I betrayed you.
I forgive you. All you have to do is stop.
Irabalas, Venan. But I cannot. Long before we met, I failed my oldest friend. She died for that failure. If I leave the veil in place, I am destroying the world she wanted. And I will have... She will have died for nothing.
And whose fault is that, Dreadwolf?
Morrigan.
One appellation among many, I wear. I have been advisor to Orlais, Witch of the Wilds, daughter of Flemeth, and once, long ago, an old friend.
Mythal lives on in her, and in this. Mythal.
I pulled you from the Fade you loved and sent you into war. I used your wisdom as a weapon, and it broke you.
The things that I have done
are not for you alone to bear, my friend. The many wrongs we did together. I release you from my service.
Banal nadas, arlathma, Venan.
My life force now sustains the veil. With every breath I take, I will protect the innocent from my past failures. The Titan's dreams are mad from their imprisonment. I cannot kill the Blight, but I can help to soothe its anger. I will go and seek atonement.
But you do not have to go alone.
Arkelas virbanal.
Tel banal arama, vir shiral malasa, belanares.
Thank you, Rook.
They picked the perfect theme to play for that, too. That was so fitting for it to be Balara to be in that position. That was really, really good. The like, you are not my god was so perfect. Wow, I really like that. The big towering, Minrathous tower.
With Elgar'nan and Gillenane dead, and the Inquisitor finally reunited with her true love, it looked like one of the biggest stories this world had ever seen was finally drawing to a close.
The story of the Veilguard, a team of heroes who stood strong against evil, no matter the cost. Whatever it takes. But whenever one story ends, another begins.
Like the story of the Grey Wardens, clearing the remains of the Blight so that the flowers can grow again.
Or the story of Archon Maevaris Talani, inspiring her people and bringing change to Tevinter.
Or the story of a caretaker, standing watch for new heroes.
For the Antivan Crows, it would be a story of bringing a traitor to justice and reclaiming Treviso from the Blight.
Among the Veil Jumpers, the fall of the last elven gods meant Arlathan was reborn.
At their heart, stories are about change.
A man exploring worlds beyond mortal existence.
A woman making Docktown a little better for the people who live there.
An assassin driving out the darkness in his city and himself.
A student of history, helping the elves regain what they lost.
A dragon hunter forging a new life for themselves.
Or the Griffins, returning to the Grey Wardens.
Or the Dwarven people, rediscovering their lost magic and their connection to the stone.
There are stories of love.
But those stories aren't over. And we will always be grateful to those whose stories brought us where we are today. And those whose stories will live on with us forever.
Varric in the clouds, bro. Varric in the clouds. Damn, guys. Oh, we got like cool end credits. What is this, a movie? This is like a cinema ending right here. I think this is the best Bioware ending that I've played through in one of the most conflicting Bioware games I've played. It's very interesting. It's really fucking good. Look at this stuff in the end credits. Wow. This is so sick. I have a lot of thoughts, but I like instant stuff. there being a Essence of Mythal ending, right, that we pushed for, which was seemingly optional and missable because you can choose not to do that stuff. Really amazing that you can be rewarded with an ending like that. Hell yeah. I think like the bad portions of this game that I trudged through that I didn't like as much, I genuinely think it's worth going through that to get to all of the stuff that's really good. Ooh. Interesting end credits music. My copyright sensors are going off, so I'm going to turn that down because I have no idea, but I wouldn't be surprised. Wow. I'm really happy with it overall. Really happy with this game overall. I had issues with it. I voiced those issues very honestly and openly about things that I didn't vibe with in this game as much and things that rubbed me the wrong way, things that I feel could have been better. But apart from that, the stuff that is good in this game is really damn good. It is really damn good. I had a great time with these characters, getting to know them, performing, going through all of their companion quests all the way to the end. Really, really worth it. It was really, really worth my time. I'm a bit overwhelmed with feelings, so I'm just trying to like compact everything. I think it's really, really unfortunate that a lot of people never got this far. There was a lot of people that didn't even pick up the game that wanted to and were like, I hear it's bad, and it's like that negative word of mouth that is spread against things. It's like, you know, it looks like a Disney game. Did any of that look like a Disney game or a Disney movie to you? Because hell no. It's just such a cop-out. And there's a lot of negativity surrounding like really small elements of the game in the grand scheme of things that are blown way out of proportion, that people were like turned off the whole entire game as a result. And that sucks. It really does suck because it happens time and time again. You have people playing a game years later and they go, oh man, I shouldn't have listened to the negativity because I had a really good time. And that happens all the time with so many games, is people are too willing to listen to other people's opinions instead of forming their own, especially listening to people's opinions that haven't even played the game or are just parroting other things. It's like, that is the worst type of opinion to listen to, coming from people that are just picking up what other people have said, and it just becomes this echo of just negativity. They don't even like know what they're talking about. From someone who has played the game now in the credits to completion, it's so worth playing. It's an amazing game that has some drawbacks, and I think that is a Bioware game to a T. Returning to their roots. All of the games have their own fair share of negativity and things that could be better, I feel. I like that this game has an actual proper ending in the way that Dragon Age Inquisition didn't, because like Trespasser is the true ending to that. This is a proper finish that I understand why they were saying that they feel that the game is done and DLC isn't being considered for this game, because outside of there's no DLC that I would want to continue past this specific story in like a Trespasser type deal. I mean, it would be kind of cool, but I don't feel that it's necessary, you know? So I'm not like desperate for them to add a Trespasser like DLC to this game at all. I think that the story is well contained. I think that it handles a lot of the 10-year gap between Inquisition and this one good most of the time. I really liked that the Inquisitor romance had such an important impact on his character at the end here that it's crazy for me to imagine it being any different, you know? And it is possible for it to be so different, of course, because the Soulless romance is exclusive to a female elf, and there's so many other ways that you can play Inquisition. So that is one of those really amazing carryovers from the choices that you make in games and how they can impact things in a significant way that I really, really like. Again, with like the Morgan and Mythal stuff, with the essence of Mythal, really amazing. Showing that like Solus is so buried deep in so much regret and trauma that it goes thousands of years back, that, even someone that he genuinely loves, that's really hard for him to still accept those pleas to stop. But Mythal was the one that could stop it. And that's really amazing. And Solus doesn't have to do it alone. There is like a bit of a walk off into the sunset and disappear for both of them, which is interesting. Having faith in Solus, despite the constant betrayals, to help and make him see that he doesn't have to be continuously doing this because it's like so prideful, in his conviction. I really do like that we are able to have him perform the ultimate atonement and sacrifice there with his mistakes, as he has now bound himself to the veil to keep it up. And now the world can rebuild, however that'll look. And what's nice is that it's not a end of Dragon Age per se, but this is a definitive end for the 4 games that we have played that brings the story to a really wonderful close, from all like the 5th Blight that we participated in Origins, and going through these things leading up to the final 2 Blights in one with Elganon and Gillenane, because there are still answers, right? There's still answers for us to pursue. We have a lot of questions in terms of a lot of the history of Thedas and a lot of other things. There's still a lot of drama and a lot of stories to be told in Thedas within the Dragon Age. While there may not be any blights in that sense of the word, in the form of like an archdemon or an elven god, there is still, like, the Qunari is still at war with Tevinter. We still have Ferelden needs to be rebuilt. There's going to be a significant amount of stuff going on there. There's a lot of story that can be told. I'm particularly interested in like Saharon, Qunari stuff for sure. Parvolan, like that would be really cool. And you know what? Maybe they may also be able to bring in some elements of previous games in a world state, in their choices, maybe. We'll have to see. I think it's definitely possible. Michelle Gomez as Gillenane, really amazing. There's a really good voice cast here as well. Some amazing voices that I was really happy to hear. I liked so many of the characters and so many of the side stories in this game. I think that there was quite a few missteps. Simon Templeman comes back. Not as Loghain, of course. I think that there was certain things like fights against like companion storyline bosses that were not great. And I was like, this is kind of a bit of a letdown. There was elements of story writing and character writing that I did feel were weak and could have been better. I think that, unfortunately, Tasha's story and the struggle with their identity could be better. I feel that it needed to be less of just, this is all that I am as a character, and be a little bit more, and they could have had a better execution, I think. There are elements of it that worked and elements of it that didn't work, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I think that there is an overreaction to it as well. That's the really hard part, is with how word of mouth and that negative word of mouth goes towards games like this, it's hard to have some form of actual valid negativity or actual criticism that isn't just thrown in with like just being like hateful. It's hard to have a proper conversation about it because there are so many people that are they're just going to sit there and hate the game and not see that you can take the good with the bad, which is unfortunate. And, a lot of people do have valid criticisms about the game. And I think that you can have good discussions about it, but I think that the good discussions about it have to be had with people that are also open-minded, because there's a lot of closed-minded takes on not just this game, but a lot of gaming content, a lot of media, a lot of everything in general, which can be a real pain. So I've been nothing but very honest and open about like my feelings with this game, stuff that I have enjoyed, stuff that I have not enjoyed, and I've always praised things as they come up and been like, yeah, this kind of sucks when it comes up. And it's definitely a conflicting game. I think that there's, a few things that are definitely valid to have issue with, and same can be said about almost all of the Dragon Age games and Bioware games in general that I've played. But again, I circle back and I go, what a game. I still will be like, what a game. I think it's my favorite ending that I've experienced from a Bioware game. I really do. It seems that the choices that we were going to make in regards to, fighting him, tricking him with the dagger, and convincing him to stop would end up with the same outcome of he's going to get bound to the veil to keep it up, but how he goes about doing that is the important part. So instead of him being tricked and then us being like, haha, tying you to the veil now, or fighting him and forcing it, but then being able to talk him through and have these characters come in and talk about it with him was so important, so impactful. And we say farewell to Varric with this game. He's been with us for 3 Dragon Age games and a multiple extended media, I believe, with other books and whatnot. And they made me cry. They made me lose all of the tears I held in my body. So I guess that's pretty good. I think that they handled that really well because he's such a significant fan favorite character that removing him at the start would have been really, really painful and pushed a lot of people to just drop the game entirely. Even more so than people that only played an hour or less and said, nah, which is, pretty crazy to me. I don't know, but I'm a patient person and I'm willing to see, I'm open-minded. I'm willing to see things through. And even if I'm not enjoying myself, I will stop playing a game. Like if I'm really not liking it, I will stop playing the game. And this was not one of those games. I think that people are doing themselves a disservice when they're like, I played an hour or less and then I gave up. Because I'm like it's an RPG. Like, play the opening. Like, get to know the characters. Give it a damn chance. It's a little bit frustrating, honestly, because I think that we end up sacrificing the good stuff because we're too busy focusing on the bad. There is a balance. There is a balance. And I'm sure we can ramble on that about so many different nuanced elements of this game and why we feel that way. I think gaming, in terms of a industry and a passionate hobby, is very jaded. It's a very jaded place, unfortunately. Not very optimistic, and that comes with a lot of reasons. I think one of the main fingers I want to point at this game's failings in terms of the things that didn't work and what didn't work overall is lying with EA. The blame lays with them, because if we think about the fact that this game could have come out years ago, and it would have been a follow-up to Inquisition, the game would have been different for sure. Whether that's for good or bad, we don't know either. But it would have been a completely different game. It wouldn't have gone through 2 cancellations. It wouldn't have gone through any live service crap. It would have focused on being an amazing single-player RPG, which is what it always needed to be. And I think that EA has been a constant thorn in BioWare's side, and not just for this game, just in general. And it sucks, because it makes me wish that I could be in the alternate timeline where BioWare was not owned by EA. They have constantly shot them in the foot at every turn, and that sucks. That sort of interference is really, really frustrating, because a lot of people feel that from the Mass Effect era, What the hell, was going on with Andromeda? As much as I had things that I enjoyed about Andromeda, like they then retreated away from that and canceled any, follow-ups or DLC or anything with Andromeda. They did Anthem as well, which was them in uncharted territory, because what the hell was Anthem? They didn't even know what Anthem was. Anthem shouldn't have existed or should have been a single-player RPG. Like, have your developers play to their strengths. Single-player devs make single-player games, And this is in the, the landscape of the Sony stuff. We've got 8 or 9 of the 12 planned live service games from Sony, because the previous CEO, Jim Ryan, was like, hell yeah. And he's not even there to pay for his crimes anymore, and face the fallout. It's ridiculous. It's such a live service push that it's exhausting. They're constantly trying to battle for you to be addicted to the game, and they lose sight of the fact that if they just make a good game, people will go back to it and keep playing it. But they need to squeeze everyone dry with battle passes and microtransactions and skins, and every single dollar that you have, spend it on this game so we can laugh our way to the bank. There's that element of passion and creativity for video games and, media in general that is lost because of the dollar. And it fucking sucks. Because there is, in this game, such a creative passion and love for the series that is clearly felt, that is weighed down by a lot of stuff. It's weighed down by a lot of stuff. And it sucks. It really does suck. Because you've got executives shooting the game in the foot. You've got gamers being so torn apart and jaded in general that they're not even willing to tolerate anything that comes across as bad to them. They can't see past that. That is a wall that they will not even dare try and climb. It's not a hurdle that they want to go through. It's sure, there are people that don't like Tash as a character and hate him, right? That's one part of a bigger whole, and maybe if you stick with that character and actually see their story through instead of out of context 30-second clips made to make them look as bad as possible, you might actually find something good there. You might actually be like, whoa, that's nowhere near as bad as everyone on the internet who hasn't played the game made it out to be. Who would have thought? That's why there's always that thing of there's so many people, I see the posts about people playing games years down the track and being like, man, I wish I played this game sooner because I let everyone convince me it was bad. And then they formed their own opinion. Your opinion is the strongest thing that you could have in regards to this. And there are so many people that are afraid to go against what they perceive as the mainstream. And there's a lot of loud voices that are not necessarily the majority that people end up being swayed by. And we witness the death of good stories. We witness the death of good developers. We witness in real time the death of these things that have such great potential because of that attitude. And it sucks. It sucks. And I think it needs to be said and it needs to be discussed. And this is the time for me to voice that about it as the end credits roll. Because I had a real good time. That's my own opinion that I formed by playing this game, and I took the good with the bad, and there were things that I wish that were better or handled better. But the things that they got right, they got so right, and it's great. It really was an incredible time. I think I'm grateful that we got to have a continuation to Inquisition in the form of Solus and the Inquisitor and those continuing elements and characters being able to go to Northern Thedas, seeing these locations. I liked all of the companions. Obviously, I think that Emmerich is one of the best Bioware companions ever, not just in Dragon Age, but just overall fantastic. And it's just a shame because we're obviously losing these writers. They're either leaving or layoffs or anything and it sucks. It sucks to feel like you're losing all of these things, It sucks to feel like we get something like this, but it comes at a cost. We've lost many writers and developers along the way that were responsible for the foundations of Thedas. Like Mary Kirby wrote the chant and does not work at Bioware anymore. That stuff is insane to me. And it hurts. It does hurt. But as someone who has such a genuine love and appreciation for the storytelling and the world building and like how this has been crafted, it hurts. And even finishing Veilguard and sitting here, I had this feeling and opinion since Dragon Age Origins. I was like, this is my favorite Bioware IP. And I felt that from the beginning, I loved and fell in love with Dragon Age Origins. I think that, like, while that might be still considered like the best of all of them, I had great times with all 4 games. And I had, not so great times with all 4 games as well. But I'm happy to be witnessing the end credits of this game, and I'm excited and hopeful for something else to come from Thedas, whether it's a spin-off, whether it's something that happens after this, after maybe a significant time jump, later in the Dragon Age maybe, so that way they can properly distance themselves from everything and they don't have to carry the weight of the world state and things like that. Who knows? I'm excited and hopeful for it. I'm also maybe expecting things to not go that way because of the way that things have gone with the game and the overall, opinion, unfortunately. And, missing sales targets, because obviously Inquisition did really, really well. And again, missing sales targets and it not performing as well as it did, this game could have and should have come out a lot earlier and it would have done a lot better. And that really is an unfortunate fact. Like, it just would have. There's a game that came out and it was pretty big, it was pretty successful, and it was Baldur's Gate 3. And that has raised the bar significantly so that a lot of games will be unwillingly held against it as a comparison. For me personally, I treat them as 2 different types of games. So while Baldur's Gate 3 excels at pretty much everything, it doesn't excel at everything. There's a lot of things that, like, still, even in a game that fucking impeccable, there are still points to be made about it. But if this game came out before Baldur's Gate 3, it wouldn't be under that same scrutiny and lens. And it's just an unfortunate reality of the situation is that is a game that came out that truly raised the bar, and for good reason, because games should be held to a much higher standard and not be just put through a machine of like, make this type of game, make a lot of money. It needs to be crafted and put together with passion and as minimal interference as possible. And this is a game that reeks of interference. If it didn't have that, we wouldn't be having the conversations and comparisons to that, because they would have been allowed to make the game that they wanted to make with the people that were there at the time that wanted to make it. That will always be the thorn in BioWare's side, is Electronic Arts. And it sucks. It really does. This is an incredibly long credit sequence, and I don't know if there's anything past the credits, but I'm going to fast forward it now, and it seems that we may get to the end at some point. It's doing like a lot of different EAs. And maybe we'll be able to see the end, and we can see if we have something after it. Here we go. Is there anything after the credits? Yes.
The storm quelled. The sun dimmed. The wolf defamed. At last, we have balanced.
Wow.
Guided.
Whoa. That's Logain.
Whispered.
Balin. Corypheus, Flemeth.
The poisoned fruit ripens.
Oh, wow. It's the Forbidden Ones.
We come.
Holy shit. Wow, that's the continuation. Okay. Veilguard remains vigilant. The poisoned fruit ripens. Good. That's a good hook. That's a good hook for continuation, because you're like, what's going to happen? There were other elven gods. Anaris was just a precursor to that. We also had, fighting the dragon. When you've got Gax Kang and the Formless One, and you've got that element, you've got the Forbidden Ones, the Forgotten Ones. This game had so many different elements of that, which was amazing. That's a good and clean, understandable hook into the next sort of big event and crisis. That's great. Whispered and guided, and it's through the Lyrium idol with Balin, and you've got other big players like Corypheus and stuff like that. Oh, that's good. That's exciting, right? And that's something that I'm hopeful about. That's something that I would really, really love to see, because it's not a new threat that comes out of nowhere, and nothing has come out of nowhere, at least in the sense of the word that they didn't make any of this up on the spot. There's been a lot of people being like, this game breaks the law. What are you talking about? And that kind of stuff is frustrating, because it's I don't know, man. Play the game. You're complaining about the broken law and you haven't even played the game. When Thedas and Dragon Age was created, the true lore of Thedas was always there, and we played a game that taught you that the perspectives of the people in the game was important, right? It was written from their perspective. That was their history, their truth. Much like real life, there are these dominating forces that write history and erase other parts of it or cover it up, and it happens in real life and real history all the time. And there's this element of things coming to light, or answers to questions that we've had, and everything has always been pointing to these things. Whenever there's been these revelations, me personally, I haven't been super surprised, because I've been locked in. I read all the codex entries that I found. I passionately involved myself with the characters, the story, and the world that has been built, to have an understanding of it that I'm just hell fucking yeah. Everything that we were sort of thinking about around Trespasser, pretty much all of that came to pass in this game, and it made sense, and it was great. It really was. Loved it. And again, there's this continuation being hinted at in post credits, and this doesn't come out of nowhere. This has been seeds that have been sown since the very beginning, and I'm really excited to learn more about that. I want to learn more about the real ties between the Maker and Andraste and things like that as well. There are still those elements that, while you can maybe sort of insinuate or infer certain connections, every time we get a new Dragon Age game, we get more answers to these questions and how things actually went. A lot of people have issues with, it's always the elves. And I'm it always was the elves? Are you surprised? From as soon as I started reading Elven lore in Dragon Age Origins, I was man, this is real shit. This is real stuff. And the way that it continued to evolve in Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition, and Veilguard, and more information came to light, just made sense. It was awesome. And it helps the series retroactively, because you play those earlier games now with context of these later revelations, and you're wow, that is incredible to see how that really works. And it's fun. I think one of the biggest examples of that was the Inquisition, how that handled spirits and demons, how they're perceived, and how Dragon Age 2 talks about spirits and demons, and it recontextualizes everything, and it's amazing. It really is. We sit here on the main menu for Dragon Age the Veilguard, having completed it, and I'm very happy with it. I would say that this game sits around a 7 or 8 out of 10 for me, and I don't consider that to be a bad rating. It's really funny as well, because you will have someone say this game is a 7 out of 10, and people will say that's mid or average. My brother in Christ, 5 out of 10 is quite literally mid. It's the middle. You want to call a game mid? It's 5, because that is the definition. If a game is bad, it's underneath that level. It starts creeping into the sub 5 category. There's nothing wrong with a 7 out of 10, and I think that there are a lot of people that are quite spoiled that they want every single game to be a 10 out of 10, and I think it's an unrealistic expectation, honestly, because while you should always strive for something to be as good as it can be, it doesn't mean that has to be a 10 out of 10 in terms of like what we're expecting. I would love for a lot of the games I play to be an 8 to 10 out of 10, and this game is close to it, but it has some missteps. It has some things that I don't really like as much, and again, just spoke about all of that in the credits in regards to EA, the game taking too long, certain writing weaknesses, but overall, 7.5 out of 10, I think, is where I'm sitting at, and I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that, because I enjoyed myself, and I didn't feel like I wasted my time, and I don't feel sad, you know? That's all I got to say about it. I really, really hope that you have enjoyed my adventure. I hope that for people that are maybe just checking the ending because they haven't watched the rest of the playthrough and they wrote it off, I kind of hope that if you watched me go through this and have listened to me ramble and discuss it, maybe you'll give it a go, you know? Maybe you'll look at this a bit differently. It's unlikely. I think a lot of people kind of wrote this off, and it's not only their loss, but as a result, it is collectively our loss, because there's so much to love and appreciate that they got right in this game that I think people are missing out on. And I truly do hope that this game ages well. I really do. I hope that people continue to pick this game up and check it out over time and see the things that work and see the things that are good about this game, because this game was fucking dark, and this game wasn't Pixar, it wasn't Disney, and it got serious when it needed to, and it really had the guts to do so, and it had some really good characters to back it up and make it believable, and it followed up Inquisition and closed out this story arc really, really well, while giving us a hint for what's to come in a way that feels right as well. I like that a lot. So thank you so much for joining me for Dragon Age the Veilguard. I really do hope you've enjoyed this adventure. Massive, massive episode for the finale, and I think it deserves it because I just couldn't split it up because I needed to push through to the end. A massive end game, massive finale, and again, to state, it is, I think, my favorite ending that I've had in a Bioware game, and I think it gets the one up on Trespasser purely because it's not a DLC, right? This is one completed narrative that had an ending in sight and an ending in mind, and it delivered without there needing to be more. And that really, really appeals to me. So I had a great time. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone, and I will see you next time, and hopefully in another BioWare adventure to come in future. I'll see you then.